Hey guys, before we begin the video proper, I just wanted to share a very interesting and honestly somewhat concerning finding I made. Loading up our level and save file of the Parisian backstreet, so the very first level, when I was just moving around with the photo mode to capture some cool screenshots, I found out about this guy. See, the interesting thing is that I thought 6 is the highest number of kills you can get, but apparently this particular policeman respawns in the backstreet over here once you reach the level end, and you know what that means.
Mais d'où vient ce bruit?
I think he put it better than I ever would in French, but you can scoop up an additional kill here and then finish the level. Now honestly, because this is not an all kills playthrough because of the Good Boys achievement, I am not that concerned about it and I'm not gonna throw away the work I did in the previous video away. However, just keep this in mind if you are aiming for all the kills and don't care about achievements or are playing on a platform without achievements. This is something I'll need to keep in mind for when I do my all kills montage at the Straho Fortress video after unlocking the Good Boys achievement, okay? Again, very concerning finding, and I guess I never thought about revisiting previous parts of the same level for random enemy respawns, but in Angel of Darkness anything goes. Anyway guys, just wanted to share this, don't want to postpone the video any longer. Oh, in case you're not watching the news, Catalyst has been postponed to 2028. Which means there'll be no physical release of Catalyst, because PlayStation have announced that from January 2028 no physical releases are happening ever again. Okay, if you don't want my money, I'll take it elsewhere. Honestly guys, this is very disappointing because PlayStation 5 has been a fantastic generation for physical media preservation, so this is very disappointing coming from Sony, but hey, what I will do is I'll probably end up buying it on GOG and burning it onto an actual disc, always available for installation and playing. We'll see how other platforms will handle physical release of Catalyst. Anyway, on to Parisian Ghetto. Wakey wakey, Lara. Why are you on the floor, not on the benches? Oh, this denim outfit needs to go. Rough night, huh? Anyway guys, hello and welcome everyone to Let's Play Tomb Raider 6 Remastered, the Angel of Darkness. The Look at is 115 speaking. I'd very much like to welcome you to an absolutely fascinating area of the game called Parisian Ghetto. See, this name is essentially an umbrella term for many different, what in the olden days we would consider levels, all interconnected. This is a large hub. Think coastal ruins of Tomb Raider 4, but whilst shorter time-wise, much more complex in other ways. So, in the Parisian Ghetto itself, or at least this particular part of the map, we're gonna get our hands on 2 goodies, we're gonna find some money, and we're gonna get our hands on 3 notebook entries, or potentially 7, because this same particular loading screen applies to 2 different areas, separated via a fade-in, fade-out shorter loading screen. Yeah, the level structure kind of falls apart here, but anyway, talking about the notebook entries, something I want to show you first of all.
What did Von Croy get himself into? Perhaps his notebook will help.
And without pressing any button, the notebook we picked up in Mademoiselle Cavier's apartment opens up automatically. This was not the case in the original version of the game, and actually, I would imagine many players completely missing out on the notebook section in the inventory, you know, just trying to get to weapons and health quickly. But yeah, the game does it for you this one and only time, just to draw your attention to the fact that it exists. And this is why we are now officially starting making progress for the Memento Mori, Remember the Dead achievement, because this is Werner's notebook. Probably a new one, because it only contains 19 very brief entries, but this is an additional guide system that even the original game had, but my understanding is some entries were restored in the remaster. So, what the notebook actually contains from the very get-go and what lets Lara have clues about how to investigate Von Croy's death and clear her name in front of the police is following. Aicard, client, be wary. This is the same name Werner already mentioned in the FMV cutscene, but we don't know anything else. Oh, also, Mademoiselle Cavia mentioned the client who hired him to find 5 Obscura paintings was Aicard, and Werner got more and more scared of him. Then, Louis Bouchard, useful contact, purchase handgun, discretion assured. This is probably the single most important entry today because this is what convinces Lara to look for the same guy. She needs to get her hands on some proper equipment. Then, terrified to go out, Monstrum terrorizing the streets. Then, tried contacting Lara again in London, no response, still not forgiven me for Egypt. Interesting, so between Last Revelation and Angel of Darkness, Lara spent some time in London. Who knows what for, because her mansion is in Surrey, in England, where also the memorial service with Winston and Father Patrick and Charles Kane or Jean-Yves took place. Talking about Jean-Yves, he's the guy who was supposed to be killed by Aicard in the very first cutscene of the game, but they had to cut Jean-Yves for legal reasons, because the actual Jean-Yves didn't want to be in the game, or, well, he didn't mind, but he wasn't asked for permission, which pissed him off, which I understand, which is why for both Chronicles and Angel of Darkness, they had to make changes. And in Chronicles, that resulted in a new character called Charles Kane, and in Angel of Darkness, they were like, you know what, let's kill off Von Croy. Which then doesn't make sense that Lara is angry at him for leaving her in Egypt, when he was the only bloody person who actually cared enough to look for her. Unlike Jean-Yves, unlike Winston, unlike Father Patrick, who is sitting comfortably, sipping tea and making a toast, right? So these are the kinds of plot holes already, which is a bit of a bummer. Then, Obscura paintings, 5 15th century works of black alchemic magic, all lost hidden by the Lux Veritatis. These images are a little bit higher in definition when you switch between OG and remastered graphics, but still you cannot actually see the details of the engravings themselves. Once we find the engravings in the game, I will try to look for an alternative to actually properly allow us to take a look at these drawings, because they're absolutely fascinating. 5 Obscura engravings, drawn copies of the paintings, contain cryptic maps of each painting's location. So, engravings are not the paintings, engravings are clues to the paintings. Why an additional plot device like this had to be created, that I imagine confused a lot of players. Also, we see the mention of Lux Veritatis, but we have no idea who these guys are yet. Matthias Vasily in Prague has sent me 4 Obscura engravings, he kept the 5th engraving back. Wants more money. Oh, what an asshole. So that means Werner von Croy has 4 of the 5 engravings, and presumably none of the paintings. Okay, interesting. A little bit of a better detail. Oh, way better than the original. It's like they made angels look demonic on these ones, and it's absolutely horrifying. God, I love these artworks. But again, we're gonna get a better, closer look at them once we actually pick them up. Then decipher the encrypted map in Vasily's engravings. So these engravings have this text in them somehow? Okay. One of the paintings is beneath the Louvre, where the latest archaeological digs are. This is presumably why Aicard contracted Werner. I guess prior to him deciphering this, he first got the job from Aicard, and then contacted Matthias Vasily in Prague, and then got the clues to the 5th painting location. Now, Mademoiselle Cavia says she has a security pass for the digs in her office, which is how Cavia got involved in all this. A metallic symbol is hidden beneath the surface of each painting. Now, so there are engravings, paintings, and now metallic symbols hidden beneath the surface of each painting. Is this confusing yet? Check with Cavia about X-ray facilities in Louvre. A bit of foreshadowing where we will find ourselves. Not more information on the metallic symbols, unless... we'll see later. Lux Veritatis, Light of Truth, secret 12th century order of warrior monks who hid the Obscura paintings in the 1400s. So they existed already back then across centuries, and my first thought is, of course, to Knights Templar or some branch of them, like Hospitaliers or Teutonic Knights or something like that. These were Lux Veritatis. Said to possess the 3 Periap shards, artifacts of power, crystalline shards shaped like spearheads, weapons of light. I just find it funny how the head moves. Like this. I don't know if that's supposed to be a lion head or something, because we'll read more about the golden lion head prophecy after a couple of pages. These Periap charts are also what we've seen in the photo mode. I guess it's a bit of a spoiler, but hey, there we go. See, this is what they actually look like. What they look like in the original and what they look like in the remaster. So, let's open the notebook again. Oh, it remembers last page. That's pretty cool. Then, Lux Veritatis tried to suppress the cabal of the Black Alchemist from the 1300s onwards. It says cabal of the Black Alchemist, singular, not plural. Interesting, so maybe that was the leader of the cabal. So we have 2 secret societies fighting each other. Lux Veritatis links to Nephilim, the first mention of Nephilim in the game, and Nephilim from Enochian Gospels. I wonder if Enochian Gospels were actually in the Bible? I'm not sure. A cursed hybrid offsprings of angels and humans exterminated in biblical times. I don't know why a hybrid between angels and humans would be cursed. Aren't angels supposed to be these supremely good beings, and like something in between would maybe not be as cool as an angel, but better than humans somehow, or something like that? I don't know, but I like the dark twist on this. Maybe these are the result of the famous biblical story of Sodom and Gomorrah, where angels were sexually assaulted, maybe impregnated by humans, and these are the cursed offsprings. I'm not sure myself. Related prophecy: through the golden lion, the Nephilim will enslave the sons of men and inherit the earth. Is this doofy face over here the Golden Lion? Not sure. Because the shards are pointed at the Golden Lion, so it's like the Golden Lion is the enemy of Lux Veritatis, who tried to prevent this prophecy, where the Nephilim will enslave the sons of men and inherit the earth. So they don't just want to survive, they want to enslave everyone who's not them. The problem is, there seems to be only one of them, so one entity trying to enslave the whole world. Well, we can't have that, can we? The sleeper, or cubiculum Nephili, literally sleep in cask or chamber, thought to be the last intact specimen of the Nephilim race, supposedly buried in Anatolia, Turkey. And Turkey was supposed to be a location, I'm not sure if in this game or its planned sequel. Angel of Darkness was the first of a planned trilogy, but of course the trilogy never saw the light of the day, not even the first part properly. The Sanglyph. So what we see floating in the main menu artwork, I think. The Sanglyph, some artifact of alchemic power, linked to the Black Alchemist in 1400s, details scarce. Now, one of the entries mentioned a metallic object hidden beneath the surface of each painting. Check with caviar in X-ray facilities in Louvre. These are the Sanglyphs. I'm not sure we're supposed to know that yet, but sorry for the bit of a spoiler. And then the final 19th entry says the two missing symbols are hidden close by the buttress. Now, at this point, we have absolutely no bloody clue what this refers to, but eventually, just commit this round shape to memory. You're gonna see it in your very own eyes a couple of levels from now on. Okay, guys? Maybe even in the next episode. So, let's delve into the Parisian Ghetto itself. That was an exhausting introduction. Lara's accommodations were not what she's used to, but that's fine. Let's talk to the closest people we can see here. And I think it's the first time this icon doesn't mean a stealth takedown, but a conversation.
Is this your pitch?
All Paris is my pitch. Got any spare change? For a coffee?
Maybe. I need to find a man.
Then look no further, ma petite.
This is a
come
particular
on.
man. Bouchard. Louis Bouchard. Know him?
No. Never heard of him.
Even for spare change?
Go away, I never heard of him.
So where could I ask? I could use a coffee. How about you?
Try the Café Métro, in the Place d'Arcade. The owner might be able to help you. Knows all kinds of stuff.
Sounds like my kind of cafe.
What about the spare change, mademoiselle?
I didn't say I had any.
Welcome to Paris.
Oh, come on, Lara. To be fair, she only seems to have those 500 euro bills, so I understand her not wanting to part with that. Then we can talk to these guys again.
What about the spare change, mademoiselle?
And that's it. You're gonna hear this on the loop. By the way, I find it interesting how he's roasting a giant juicy piece of steak. That's one of the most expensive foods out there. What on earth? Unless, of course, this is a foreshadowing of what's gonna happen to the poor little puppy over here. Which, oh my god, in the original. Ooh. Oh. Okay, this is still a bit terrifying, but way better. Okay, that was a satanic dog. Anyway, I want to take a picture of these fellas. Original and remastered. Anyway, let's go. This conversation didn't really give us any notebook entries, but just wait for a second.
I'm going to need cash.
You do, Lara. But wait, there's gonna be more than that. And this is why she's been picking up those valuables even in Parisian back streets.
I can climb that easily.
Oh, she sounds so proud. Adorable. Okay, so there's a large medipack if you ignore that climbable chain link and focus on this one. And now we should be in the habit of always pressing the secondary button. It's hard to tell in Angel of Darkness Remastered with modern control scheme what grabs are automated and which ones aren't, so just get into the habit of using the secondary as much as you can. Okay, there's a gap in the fence there where we're supposed to go, but first I want to get there because there's going to be one of the two pickups, and I think this is a perfect example for me to show you and give you the proof that money never counts as a pickup. Now, rather than grabbing the ledge, she'll jump on top of it and you can walk across the corner. If you try to shimmy and corner shimmy, this will not work because this ledge is somewhat higher than this one. It's so stupid. I don't know why it doesn't work there. So anyway, let's just open up the stat screen. We are now at one of 2 pickups. That was the large medipack, the health item we found. The chocolate is the second one. See, couldn't be simpler. So we are at 2 pickups, and when we pick up money, our pickups count will not increase, which is a bummer. But after the Parisian Ghetto section, I don't think that we'll be finding money anymore, so I guess we don't have to worry about that. And now, you know what? Let's get a gun out just to do backflip. Whew, okay. That was a backflip well used, I think. Oh my god, don't... I had no idea we can land on that. I thought it's gonna push Lara down. Oh, and now we get 2 notebook entries just for making this jump, so let's check them out. Oh, I wasn't fast enough, but if you press the inventory key fast enough during that pop-up, those notebook entries are gonna open up automatically, which is pretty convenient. So, the new entries are find items to pawn for cash and buy health items. What's really interesting is that Lara's handwriting is identical to Von Croy's. I feel like that could have been a nice detail, that the new entries would be in somewhat different handwriting. But yeah, just a small nitpick. Now there's a guy we can talk to here, absolutely. But before we do that, let's also get our hands on the money over here. And I remember in the original version of the game, you could interact with so many more doors that would be locked and lead you to nowhere. So in the remaster, they decided to disable that so as not to waste people's time, which I think is a welcome change. And there's a horse graffiti. Not sure why, but there you have it. If you ever wondered which part of the series has the most horse graffiti, well, there you go. Anyway, let's talk to the guy that people seem to refer to as Pierre. No, not that Pierre.
Boom!
I just don't know where people got this guy's name from. Oh, he, tickets now on sale? myfamily.com? Oh, that is interesting, but what on earth are we looking at? He took that device down and then put it back in. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do a picture like this. I think the gadget is more important to take a picture of than the rest of him.
You looking for anything special, little lady?
So what are you, a city guide?
That's right, I'm a city guide, all tastes and interests catered for.
Good. I need directions. I'm trying to find a man called Bouchard. Do you know him?
That's not a healthy kind of question to be asking.
Don't tell me Paris is dangerous.
Oh, we got all kinds of rough stuff here in Paris, including our own serial killer. You heard of the Monstrum, huh? You heard of him?
I love this line. Monstrum is a him. How do you know that? Kind of implying Lara might have something to do with the murders.
The Monstrum is a him? How do you know that?
I don't know what it is, but I'd watch my rear on the streets if I didn't know my way around.
Which you obviously do. So how do I find this Bouchard?
He won't have time for casual callers. Been having staff problems at his club, I hear.
Bouchard runs a club?
Yeah, Le Serpent Rouge, flashy joint.
Why should losing staff be such a big deal?
Because these staff are dying on the job, messily, no one knows why or how.
You don't think Bouchard's up to handling it?
Keep your voice down. Bouchard can handle all he needs to, but this is something different, something creepy. His people didn't die pretty. It's got him really shaken.
Is it the Monstrum?
Who knows for sure? I just tried to keep my nose clean, you should too.
So you've no idea where Bouchard is?
Nope.
Well, I'm sure someone does. I'll ask around.
Yeah, do that. Why don't you try Café Metro?
Well, this is interesting. So we already heard that the Monstrum is behind some particularly gruesome killings. We've kind of seen what happened to Von Croy. Well, not really, he was just lying on the floor in blood. But we're gonna see the effect of that later in today's episode, what the Monstrum does to people, which is absolutely horrifying.
Who do I talk to there? The owner?
Hey, I'm kidding, really. The guy's a complete loser. Forget it. Go home, do something recreational, which is where I might be able to help.
No thanks.
What is he implying?
Having to keep low, eh? That's hard, especially with the cops being so trigger-happy.
Should I give Bouchard your regards when I find him?
No, don't do that. But if you are at a loose end, look me up. I'm sure we could find something diverting for you. You know, something special.
See you around.
Okay, another notebook entry, and we have... It says, find Bouchard's club, Le Serpent Rouge. Okay, so we know the club that belongs to Bouchard. However, he's not gonna be there, he's in hiding. Let's talk to this guy again.
So you've no idea where Bouchard is?
Nope.
And that's it. What's really interesting is that I still don't know what is the diverting thing this guy is offering to Lara. Is it sex? Is it drugs? Or is it just some actual tickets to gigs? You know, something harmless? Maybe all of the three? I have no idea. The fact that it's here makes me think that just beyond this door is an employee of his. And I'm of course talking about Janice. Oh, something I want to show you is, if you check the stat screen now, you will see that this was, I guess, the first part of the Parisian Ghetto, connected to the abandoned train car. We found all 2 pickups and got our hands on 3 out of 7 notebook entries. No upgrades to speak of about here or achievements. But when we cross this door, fade in, fade out. So this wasn't strictly speaking a loading screen, and if you check the stats, we are still in Parisian Ghetto, the same map where we picked up the large medpack and the chocobar, okay? I, again, find that interesting. What's more is that within this area, we can pick up cash. Of course, why wouldn't we do that, right? What's more, if you are by any chance playing the original PS2 version, each time you return to this map, all the cash on the floor is going to respawn and you can pretty much pick it up infinitely, which was a fun discovery on my part. Now, before we talk to Janice, and notice this is La Serpent Rouge that the guy outside was talking about, which we, by the way, cannot just enter. It's never that simple. Before we talk to Janice, I want to show you some unique dialogue you can have with Bernard, the janitor, whom we haven't heard about yet, if you haven't spoken to Janice only, okay? So this is what I want to do. Again, this is a vast area, and you will see a completely different loading screen, and if you check the stats after seeing such a loading screen, you'll see again a map called Parisian Ghetto, but now the pickups count has reset and it shows us 4 pickups. Interesting, isn't it? This is technically a different level, but not really, and my hope for the remaster when it was announced was, surely they're gonna combine all the Parisian Ghetto maps into one, right? Why wouldn't they? And they didn't, which is so very disappointing. Anyway, guys, what happens when we talk to Bernard over here?
Nice day. I'm trying to find someone. Are you from around here?
Leave me alone, I'm busy.
I only wanted to ask...
Guys, there's no way I'm letting you have this episode without hearing the single most famous line of Angel of Darkness. Now, we can talk to him again for some different lines.
Excuse me.
You're not from around here?
And the dialogue awkwardly ends. I feel like these lines were supposed to be combined into one conversation, but something clearly didn't work out. And I think Bernard over here was enjoying a not particularly good-looking burger and fries, and we interrupted him. I think that's what he was busy with, besides doing absolutely nothing. So anyway, guys, one thing I want to draw your attention to is probably the first achievement in Parisian Ghetto we're gonna unlock, Cartophile. Examine all the Parisian Ghetto maps. This one in the Park Plaza is the first one. And it shows our location at Parc de la Lune. Opposite of it is St. Aicard's Church, then Herbalist is quite close, and at the bottom, where we've been next to Serpent Rouge, we haven't yet checked the garage or the pawn shop, and Café Metro. The difference between these two is interesting because the font of the text is actually much sharper in the original than in the remaster, see that? But everything to the side and the map of the Parisian Ghetto over there is actually much sharper in the remastered texture, so I find that really interesting. Now you need to press Action key to let go of that angle, although be careful, if you have the map open, you can move Lara around, and if you move her far enough, you're not going to be able to get rid of the map via pressing the Action key. It's an issue on both the remaster and original, I noticed. We also see a metro access over here. However, this door is locked from the other side. It's not a matter of a missing upgrade, we just need to unlock it from the other side. The way to get there is particularly interesting, and other than money, we can see 3 ammunition pickups. These are the 3 pickups pertaining to this particular area. The 4th one we'll get from Bernard over there, if we embark on his quest. More on that later. Let's not embark on anyone's quest just yet. First, we need to talk to Janice, pretty much the loveliest and most helpful person here. Okay, so back to this Parisian Ghetto loading screen. And you can also follow the signs. The metro entrance park, the pawn shop, the garage that we've seen on the maps. So, this right here is a rear entrance into La Serpent Rouge, stage entrance as it says, which we don't have a key for. From here, especially with the photo mode, you can get a glimpse of the Seine River, which I just think is really cool. You know what? I'm probably gonna take a picture. Why not? And again, I can't tell you which one was remastered and which one original. That's how bad the textures were. Over here is a very sneaky manhole cover. Let's keep that in mind. I don't want to explore it yet until we get a lower body strength upgrade. Then this is the garage that, you guessed it, we don't have the keys for, which makes sense. What are these about? Jus de fruits, le meuleux. I'm sorry, I don't speak French, but this is what I imagine it would sound like. Okay. Another manhole entrance leading to the same area as the other one. More on that later. And now opposite the entrance to La Serpent Rouge, you cannot miss her, only if you try really hard, Janice.
Not a lot of passing trade at this hour.
It's early yet. Move along, ma chère. You make the place look crowded.
Janice, if you say this to all your potential customers, you're not gonna earn anything. What on earth are you doing? Also, you can say, I wouldn't worry, we're not in the same class. Lara, no. This isn't the funny kind of being mean. I mean, no one wants to do this because they want to, but because they have to. So let's not make her already hard life even worse.
Have you worked in this neighborhood for long?
What can I do for you, chérie?
I'm looking for someone you might know. Name of Bouchard.
You won't find him here, ma chère. He did run the club across the road, Le Serpent Rouge, but had to move premises. There was a lot of trouble, I heard. Things needed to lie quiet for a while.
Oh, trouble. We'll tell you a little bit more.
Oh? Trouble?
Lost some of his best people. Very messy business. Made him nervous. And that's saying something.
Do you know where he moved to?
No idea. There are people who know, but if your mind wants to lie low, he won't be easy to contact.
I'd have guessed as much. Everyone's in hiding.
Not everyone, chérie. What do you want him for?
I'm trying to track down a friend's movements.
Lost, is he?
Dead. But he made contact with Bouchard before he checked out.
Tell you what, there's 2 guys who used to work at Le Serpent Rouge.
So Bouchard didn't lose everybody?
No. These 2 left before the troubles closed the place down. One's a miserable old devil called Werner, who was the janitor there. He hangs about in the park sometimes.
And the other one?
The other one, Pierre, worked as a barman. Makes bad deals that backfire on him. He runs the café at the Place d'Arcade now. Café Métro. You never know. Might be worth a shot.
Okay, awesome. We can ask for a little bit more. The upper line is just gonna skip to the end of the conversation.
What makes this cafe owner so unlucky?
Oh, he's a total loser.
Ouch.
Claims Bouchard held back some money or something of his and kept it at the club. I don't know the details.
You seem to know plenty. I didn't catch your name.
Janice.
Does anyone know who's causing Bouchard all this grief? Or why?
No, or they're not saying. The monstrum has got everyone too scared to talk.
I'd have thought Bouchard would be geared up for trouble.
He can handle it all right. No one better.
People seem to
But the way
trust
his
Bouchard a
people has been
lot.
dying. So ugly. And that poor woman.
Oh, listen to
What
this.
woman?
Someone called Carvier.
Uh-oh.
She worked at the Louvre, it says on the radio. I don't want to talk about it.
Carvier.
No, you watch out, my chère. There is a lot of sickos loose on the streets.
Yeah.
That's okay. Some of us like it that way.
Really? Does anyone like it that way? Anyway, so much to talk about. We have 4 new journal entries at this part of the Parisian Ghetto. So first of all, we have 2 clues from Janice. Oh my god, the way she said Janice, it evoked something in me.
Janice.
Know what I mean? Anyway, find Café Metro in Place de Aicard. That's one option. The other, find Bouchard's new premises, which are not La Serpent Rouge. He moved into hiding and we currently don't know where. And then find Bernard. Ex-janitor at the club. That's the guy we talked to at the park, or tried to talk to with no success. A miserable old devil. Oh, I love that guy so much. And then contact cafe owner Pierre, ex-barman at the club. So this and this hint is essentially the same, but there you have it. So our journal is getting pretty full. Now, one thing I want to do is also take a picture of the newly remastered Janice, because I think she looks absolutely fantastic. Look at what they done to the poor girl in the original. Absolutely horrifying face. This is such a night and day difference. Good job, remasters. I just wish you'd apply that to all the models in this game, but there we go. One other thing to do in this area is to get a second point for the Cartophile achievement, which gives us a look at the map. See, we are next to La Serpent Rouge and very close to the Pawnshop, which I am not gonna enter just yet. It says Daniel Rennes, I'm sorry, in case you're French, I don't want to like be offensive or anything, I'm not even going to try. Diamonds or argent montre immédiat. So something immediate, I guess cash on hand for your stuff. So perfect money laundering scheme if you really think about it. Now, before entering there, I want to have enough stuff to sell to unlock the cash overload achievement, which we need to work more towards. Instead, what I would like to now do is show you the third and final part of the plaza. Oh, one thing we haven't talked about, Janice told us that Mademoiselle Carvier has died, and it was on the radio. We're gonna listen to that radio in a second. What I find really interesting and terrifying is that it's early in the morning, like 6 a.m.-ish, but last night we talked to her, so in between the police, or maybe when the police came to her apartment, but after they left, someone must have killed her. What's more, looking back at her apartment, you will actually see that there was a wedding ring discarded on her table and lots of alcohol. I think Mademoiselle Carvier was going through divorce or something like that. Very tough situation in her life. Then Lara visits her, is an absolute Karen, then police visit her, and then she gets killed. Suffice to say, Mademoiselle Carvier had a very bad night last night. But all her problems are now over. So anyway, guys, let me show you the one section of the Parisian Ghetto I didn't show you yet. There it is, Café Metro in the loading screen. What you can also do is in this, what would be a quaint park, if not for all the discarded rubbish, is find some more cash, which again doesn't count as pickups, but there you have it. And we can follow the tag towards the Café Metro. Then I think we've seen this in the Parisian back streets. Très femme, 3 women. Yeah, we are in that kind of neighborhood. Then one thing I want to draw your attention to is this corner over here. If you're playing the original PS2 or PC version, there's another 160 euro placed right here. I don't know why it's not in the remaster. That seems like such a weird omission. Anyway, let's unlock the Cartophile achievement. There we go, examine all the Parisian Ghetto maps. I'm surprised this achievement is marked as rare, but there you have it. We are close to Café Metro. Now, if you go to Café Metro, you are gonna embark on a quest. If you talk to miserable old devil called Bernard, you are gonna embark on a quest, and you can only embark on one of the 2 quests. So I want to try and do as much as we can before choosing a path. Also, keep in mind, there is a locked door here with a notepad. Now, you cannot type anything that would celebrate Lara's birthday, like in Tomb Raider 5's VCI, because it's now 5 digits codes. So we're out of luck. We don't get to blow a candle or anything like this. We need to know the correct code to enter, and guys, if you know the code, you can already skip huge portions of the level. So just give me a second, I wrote the code down, it's 15328, and you can continue the game. Even the conversation you're gonna have with the person behind that door is gonna assume you had a conversation with another person and skip one giant chunk of the game if you're so inclined. Just, you're gonna miss out on money, goodies, achievements. Why would you do that, right? So, let's go back to the Park Plaza and talk to this odd guy looking here. I think Steve of War referred to him as Mr. Bean, Rowan Atkinson, and he's not far off, especially in the OG graphics. You know what, let's absolutely take a picture of him in this guard pose. There we go, excellent.
I'm trying to find someone called Bouchard.
No one of that name in these parts.
He'll want to see me.
Then I hope you find him.
Okay, I don't think he's being honest with us.
I have the biggest Doberman pinscher you've ever seen on this side of the gate.
I don't think he's talking about his dog. Let's not talk to this fella again, pretty please. Now, we have an option of going into the church, going into the park to talk to Bernard, now that we've talked to Janice, but one other location that is so ridiculously easily missable is the Willowtree Herbalist. By the way, in case you're wondering what's here, nothing. You cannot open that door, you cannot interact with it. I think in the original you could, but it'd be locked. Instead, let me show you the Herbalist. That's a gorgeous loading screen. And this area, guys, have you played Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2? Remember the Chinatown section there? And the herbalist that actually sells guns? This is where it takes me back to. My god. Although this is a year prior to that game releasing. Okay, so I just want to show you the stat screen for the Willowtree Herbalist. Nothing but one single notebook entry. And we're also going to unlock an achievement here. How on earth are we going to do that? Well, let me show you. We have 800 euro on us currently.
Do you need any help?
I'm looking for someone. Name of Bouchard.
This is just a herbalist. We stock medicinal potions and herbal extracts.
So he isn't a customer of yours?
A customer? No. Would you like to purchase something?
What do you recommend for energy?
This is our selection.
What do you recommend for energy? I don't know, Lara, Red Bull or Monster, take your pick, off-brand. But instead, what she talks about is herbs, which in this game translates to all the healing items. What's really interesting to me personally is, well, first of all, you cannot sell anything to the guy, only purchase. And what you can get is, in a 50 euro value, that's 20% health increase, then double that is 40%, then triple that is 60%. But rather than having some option that gives us 80%, we have one that for 250 gives us 100%, which is, 5 times 20%, 5 times 50. But on top of that, large medipacks restore cure poison, essentially. So you get more value out of saving up more money if you save up for these. Or you can just get the antidote for 50. It's not going to increase your health in any shape or form. What's more, if you buy this antidote, you're going to unlock the following achievement. There we go. Nehushtan. Buy an antidote from the herbalist. I'm sorry, I don't know what Nehushtan actually means. I don't know what this is a reference to, anything like that. We are down to 750 euro. This is okay. We can still unlock the cash overload no matter if we take Bernard or Pierre quest. Okay? So I'm gonna stick to this decision. Also, I'm curious myself, just how many antidotes we currently have. We should have 2? Correct. But over the course of the Parisian Ghetto, I think we're gonna get 4 or 5 more, just packed with other restoring items.
I'm told there's a story about a Doorman in this area. Do you know it?
The Doorman is Bouchard's bodyguard.
Find him, and I find Bouchard?
Yes, probably.
What would I need?
Money. A password.
Who would know the right password?
I'm afraid I can't help you there.
Okay, thanks anyway.
Now, if you talk to the herbalist second time, you're gonna get the notebook entry that just says find Bouchard's Doorman, and my friends, that was Rowan Atkinson we talked to, okay? So we got a hint from the herbalist saying, you either need a lot of money or you need a password. What he doesn't say is that we also need a certain item, but it's a hint system, a very vague one on how to get through to Bouchard, and it foreshadows a couple of the achievements, namely the Pluie Noir and Spendthrift, which are 2 of the 3 different ways to get to Bouchard, including Kleptomaniac, which is the best path to take and a little bit more fun and involved, but more on that later. And now, guys, I guess this is a missable journal entry because few people will think to talk to the herbalist again, but I always talk to NPCs multiple times just to see if there are new dialogue lines across all the games I play. But I understand not everyone is like that, which is why I'm also including timestamps to all the journal entries in a very detailed description of the video below. Now, 2 more dialogues you can have with the herbalist if you talk to him 2 more times.
Good day. Welcome.
I was impressed by your display of energy herbs.
Aww.
Ah, very well. What would you like to purchase?
Guys, let's stop and not purchase anymore. We need to be careful with our money now.
Welcome again.
Those herbal preparations are very effective.
Oh, thank you. Do you wish to purchase more?
I think this is just such a sweet dialogue exchange amongst everything that's happening, and Lara being rough with people, people being rough to her. Just to have this really wholesome conversation with the herbalist, I really like that. And let's take a picture of the place. Seriously, the interiors in Angel of Darkness are a sight to behold. They're so incredibly immersing, coming back from the previous engine. Okay. Oh, I realized I didn't show you the stat screen for the herbalist. Because, well, there wasn't really much to show. Outside of the notebook entry. Okay, my friends, now, before we choose Pierre or Bernard path through the Parisian Ghetto, there's one other area we can explore, and that's the church over here. And we already see posters. Rich Morton the Bomber versus Andrea Cordella, the Italian Stallion. I hope these are real fighters. Al Davis, Le Greatest versus Darth Hopkins. Then Sim Furnace, Sweet Cheeks versus Andy Wyatt, Le Fat. Oh wait, Darth Hopkins is Le Coq du Ballade. Not sure what coq is. I hope not what I think it is. But ballad should be a sad song, I imagine. Like a swan song. Okay, then we have a inscription over here. Aise no bivevo knoresge ant fontana. So I understand the fontana being the fountain. Maybe sacred water as you enter a church, hard to say. Something cool restored in the remaster is the radio over here. Remember Janice talking about Mademoiselle Cavier? Let's listen more on that.
Parisian monstrum killings continue. Lara Croft wanted for questioning. The latest victim of the Paris monstrum was discovered yesterday. The mutilated body of Professor Margot Cavier was found after a woman was seen leaving the building under suspicious circumstances. The police are anxious to interview Lara Croft. The notorious monstrum serial killer has periodically terrorized Paris and other European capitals over the last decade. Characteristic of these brutal attacks are the bizarre metallic eruptions on many parts of the victims' bodies. Forensic specialists are mystified by the process involved. There have been no reports of any survivors of these unconnected attacks.
Interesting. Guys, there is so much in this radio station here. So, again, Remastered brought us this. This was not the case in the original. So, Lara is not suspected for murder, just being very suspicious, being at all the places where, well, two of the places where the murders took place, right? So she is wanted for questioning. What's tough is that she's a celebrity. Everyone's going to recognize her, although in this particular Parisian Ghetto, no one seems to care. And what's more, we learned that the monstrum killings have been going on for just a decade. That's interesting, because I kind of thought they were going on since the perpetrator was around, which is since World War II, but in case you don't know the story, I don't want to spoil too much more. So I guess he's actively killing people and doing something to them just in the past decades. Absolutely fascinating. Okay, so, oh yeah. I realized I didn't properly welcome you via a stat screen into Saint Aicard's church. So after this radio broadcast, let me do that right now. In this very brief visit of this dilapidated church used as a boxing ring, all we're gonna do is get our hands on 5 goodies, but we are going to unlock 2 achievements, which is exciting. We're going to break 1 breakable object, and there are no notebook entries here or anything of that sort. So, it's difficult for me, guys, in the Parisian Ghetto section to keep in mind all the different statistics, but let us make a save here, because what's going to happen now can cost us a lot of money, 200 more specifically, and we can fail getting the achievement due to no fault of our own, because it's gambling. So let's talk to this guy over here, who has the best face in the entire game.
Hey, lady, keep away from the ring.
Nice watch.
What?
Am I talking too fast for you?
Okay, sister, you're leaving now.
What about a wager?
Yeah? On what?
Those boys in the ring. What are their names?
Look, lady.
Come on, what are their names?
Okay, guy with the tattoo, Zach. The one with the headgear is Carl.
I'm sorry.
That's more like it. I bet all the cash in my pocket against your fancy gold watch that I can pick the best fighter.
Do you have 200 euros? Smart math?
Yes.
Okay, you're on. Hey, you two. Lady here wants to bet on you decking each other. Match up.
And just be glad I don't make you throw in your fancy gold chain, too.
Don't push your luck, lady. So, who do you want to lose your money on?
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna go by the name, and Carl is such a cool name. My money is on Carl.
My money's on Carl.
But this is randomized. They both have an equal chance. Last time, it took me 6 attempts for Carl to win. Will he let me down again? It's the guy in the headgear, that's the one we're rooting for. Good start. Very good start. Now it's balanced equally, both receive 2 punches. Carl, your chance to make this right. Oh, come on. Okay, you dodged that very well. And there we go!
Here, take it. Now get
Bad
out.
girl! Achievement is ours. Obtain the gold watch. So this golden watch is what Lara was seemingly incredibly obsessed about. Yeah, the gym trainer's prized possession. I don't think its pawn value is quite 200, so the bet wasn't particularly good. If you were to fail, you would just be 200 euros shorter, making the cash overload achievement, I think, impossible to achieve. Okay? Now I'm wondering whether I should save or be a bit cheeky. I'm gonna be cheeky and move on. Now we currently cannot talk to the ringleader anymore over here, but since we saw a fight, this is the tutorial I mentioned back in the Parisian back streets that we used for taking down policemen, and that's that you can punch using the secondary key, which I've assigned to the left trigger, which is comfortable for me. You can block, using L1. Let's just get into the fighting stance. Block like this, that's the same as the duck key. And you can punch once. If you tap twice, she'll do this, which I still only see one punch, but okay, unless you can call... Okay, it's a quick jab, fair enough. From this angle I can actually see it. And then you can kick. You cannot follow up kicks with proper punches. There is a microsecond there, which you can see is a bit annoying. But guys, what you are always interested in pulling off, like we did in Parisian backstreets, is secondary jump and jump. And despite you pressing secondary once and jump twice, Lara's gonna do a triple kick combo. That's it. This is what takes down a policeman at a full health and all we really care about. There is another guy sparring over here, but we cannot interact with him in any shape or form, okay? So now, I would like to push this block over here. Excellent. In the original, this would give you, I can't remember if lower or upper body strength upgrade, that then wouldn't carry over to the rest of the game. So it was a bit bugged, and in the remaster they just decided to do away with it completely. Which is probably for the best, it would just confuse people a lot. Lara, can you please grab it? See, it doesn't work as well as it does in Legend, Anniversary and Underworld. It's always a roll of the dice whether Lara's actually gonna grab a ledge or not. Oh, there's something cool I want to show you here. So, we are shimming on the ledge for the small med pack. There we go. And in case you're wondering, you cannot shimmy because of the rail over here. We need to find another more dangerous way to get to the ring over here, okay? But look at it, small med pack, and now if you hold the walk key and press the secondary action key, woohoo! And then roll to let go, Lara's gonna do the move that I've actually picked up in Tomb Raider 4 Remastered, which I think is pretty cool. Guys, correct me if I'm wrong, but I don't think this move existed in the original version of AOD, right? But I'm not an AOD expert, you guys probably watching are more experienced with it than I am. Okay, let's jump on this side, and again, you don't need to make this first initial jump. Oh, Lara, she occasionally does this, where she will be moving automatically on her own despite you letting go of the controller completely, which was the case now. So let's just try this again. Okay. And again, this needs to be a running jump. Fantastic. And now we'll just repeat the same process for the pile of ammunition over there. Lara, can you... Why is this so difficult? Just as janky as in the original. It didn't improve here at all. Oh, there we go. Okay. So now that's not one, but 2 ammunition pickups, which is why I think it's particularly worth your time. And guys, I'm soon gonna have to make a save here, because we'll actually need to die in a way that will not increase Darwin awards. It will instead unlock the Player 3 connected achievement, Surprise the Boxers. If you try to jump from here into the ring, you're gonna find there's an invisible barrier. See, the photo mode cannot move through it unless we get this high. There is a giant invisible barrier. So we need to fall there from top of the wooden beams, which is tricky. God, I love that move. You know what? I think I'm gonna be mostly using that from now on. It still reminds me that despite us playing Angel of Darkness, this is still Lara Croft we're talking about. Acrobatic Lara Croft. That's a rather terrifying Jesus statue looking at us, but I'll be honest, I like it because it's terrifying. Okay. Let's climb up here. And now this is tricky because of the cinematic camera angle, but let's roll here. And now... Why was I expecting something different? Okay, let me redeem myself. So, I'm gonna make a standing grabbing jump rather than a run up. Just, okay. But again, these are not the tank controls, but modern, so you need to point where the camera is pointing. And now grab. Oh, thank God. Okay, this is the most difficult part of this. And now, I want to unlock a Player 3 connected achievement. And we should be able to comfortably do that from here. Oh, fantastic. So, Let's save the game here. We kind of are forced to increase our saves count for achievements that require us to die. And Lara should absolutely survive this fall, but she will not. But the achievement is ours, which I think is cute. Surprise the boxers. I'll be honest, guys, they didn't seem to even pay attention to the crazy woman just dying next to them. Okay, and I want to trigger this breakable object. Oh, hey, that worked. Once I fell down on top of it and Lara surfed the wooden beams through the air without taking falling damage. It was pretty epic. Shame I don't have a footage of that. Okay. And the ring is ours, and no, you cannot play the church pipe organ. Which is a shame. Now, the only way back, this is a bit annoying, is the same way we came here. Again, some precision is needed here, so if you just want to go forward... Oh my god! Is it the planks that pushed her down? And here I'm talking about precision. What a fraud I am. Okay, this shouldn't be this difficult. Let's now fall down here. Not fall, climb. No? No, secondary key does nothing. Okay, so I guess we need to jump here. Then will Lara re-grab the climbable wall. Excellent. There we go. There's a good Miss Croft. And now... Oh, look, the confession room, but there's nothing in it. Just let's keep... I don't know if it's this door or the other... No, it's this door. This door is gonna be important later on, okay? It's not our last time in here. And before we leave, I don't want to forget showing you the stat screen. So St. Ancant's Church had 5 pickups, 2 achievements, and that was player 3 connected for making that particular plummet into the ring, and Bad Girl, where we succeeded on the first try, but like I said, it's 50-50. It can take you multiple attempts to unlock. And no upgrades to speak of. Like I said, there used to be one upgrade in the original version that, however, made no playable impact for the rest of the game, so they removed it completely from the remaster. No mode book entries to speak of, okay? So, with that out of the way, normally I would save here, but I'm gonna make a different save after we take a few steps. And those steps are here in the Metropolitan Park. Parc de la Lune, I'm sorry. Metropolitan is just the metro entrance. So again, I talked about that. Here we are next to the miserable old devil called Bernard. And guys, be very, very careful. Because see, you can talk to Bernard, have an argument with the guy, and not go on his quest, but it's still gonna cost you 160 euro. It's insane. More on that later. I wanna capture his disgusting food over there, but also his face and the rubbish bin. I feel like this image captures Bernard's busyness perfectly. So I'm gonna... can we open the menu without toggling on the graphics? Okay, thank you. So I'm gonna make a backup save here, and we're gonna use this save file later on today to then course correct and not embark on Bernard's path, but on Pierre's path. If you don't know who Pierre is, that's fine. We're gonna talk to him later. So, from now on, we are embarking on a quest to make Bernard happy.
Excuse me.
You're not from around here?
No.
Then leave me alone. I'm busy.
Now, if we talk to Janice, we can use this line.
Your name's Bernard. Janice said I might find you here.
She shouldn't be giving my name out like that. What do you want? I'm busy.
Hey, take it easy. Janice.
Janice? What did she speak to you for? Why did she tell you about me?
I take it he's a customer of hers and he's pissed off she's even dropping his name. Now, let's be polite to Bernard. His feelings get hurt very easily.
I'm trying to find someone.
Can't help you. Never heard of them. Whoever it is.
That's odd. Janice said you worked for him.
You mean Bouchard?
He may know what happened to a friend of mine.
Forget it. Bouchard doesn't like time wasters.
Neither do I. So where is he?
Undercover. But 160 euro might jog my memory.
Now guys, this is the line from Bernard that really pissed me off, so of course I chose, you'd better not be giving me the runaround, old man. However, despite us being polite to him up until now, you dropping this line will make him send you away, and you still lose the 160 euro and won't get anywhere. It's insane. I don't understand why we still lose the money. So instead, let's choose the bottom one.
Here. Now how do I find Bouchard?
It's not going to be easy, you know?
Let me be the judge of that.
Bouchard has had big trouble lately, and he owes me, big time.
Perhaps
Everyone
I can help
says that.
you. What does Bouchard owe you?
Box. My box. And I want it back. It was hidden at his old club, the Serpent Rouge. But things got nasty. I had to leave it behind.
What if I were to retrieve it for you from this club?
I know a password that gets you past Bouchard's door guard at his new hideout.
Ah, like the herbalist said.
So do we have a deal? Your box for the password?
Deal. This will get you into the garage next to the Serpent Rouge. From there, a passage leads you into the main building.
What am I looking for?
A small box, hidden in a broken lighting rig.
Good. Now we're beginning to feel like old buddies, aren't we? Where will you be in an hour?
In an hour? Here. But after that, who knows?
Make sure you are. I don't like wasting my time, remember?
Okay, guys, there's a lot to talk about. First of all, a journal entry. Retrieve the... Oh my god, why does this keep happening? Retrieve the box at Serpent Rouge in broken lightning rig. So that's the journal entry we get as we embarked on Bernard's quest. However, don't worry, you are pretty much gonna get an equivalent 28th journal entry if you take the other path. More on that later, so you're not gonna miss out on any entries for the Memento Mori, okay? What's more, we got our hands on a key, ex-janitor's key, for access into the Serpent Rouge, and this is one of the 4 pickups in this part of the Parisian Ghetto, what I like to call the park, okay? Now we can talk to Bernard again.
What am I looking for?
A small box, hidden in a broken lighting rig.
Just a little reminder in case you take a few days break and come back to the game, what is it you're actually looking for? I appreciate touches like that. Now, the other 3 remaining items, like I explained, are behind this gate. The way to get there is completely different, which I like. It really feels like you find a cool secret later on. So my friends, we have embarked upon Bernard's quest. Now, what happens after accepting the quest for Bernard? I mean, it's not like we had a choice. Lara just agreed to it. Let me take a different path. There is all crossroads here, but there's nothing, no door you could interact with or anything. At this part of the level, I would always fall through the floor on the PS2 version, which was not a lot of fun. But yeah, we are now at a tiny claustrophobic alley, and you know, there's informatique, très femme, and we are now approaching the Café Metro. Okay? Which has a very interesting bike parked in front of it, and since I took pictures of Jean-Yves' bike in great detail, I want to do the same here. However, I have to disappoint you. It looks the same in the original and remaster. I mean, if you zoom in like this, you can see the higher detail, but I can't call it remastered. Such a shame they didn't do anything with this bike, because it belongs to kind of a character who's a big deal in this game. Okay. God, this place looks cozy. And look at these vintage 19th century French posters from Belle Epoque. Oh, I love that. Look, Dens 1892. Fantastic. Oh, by the way, I want to take a picture of this dodgy fella over here. Maybe from a better angle? Will this work? I think this will work. But in the remaster, you can also approach him and have a bit of a conversation with him. But I don't want to do that yet. I'll keep it for later. I'm sorry, guys. For now, I want to show you what will happen if after accepting Bernard's quest, you talk to the bartender over here.
I'm trying to find...
What can I get you to drink?
I don't want to drink,
Only paying customers welcome. There's the door.
Yeah, you're not really gonna get anywhere after accepting Bernard's quest, okay? What's also interesting is if you check the stat screen for the Café Metro, you will see 0 pickups, because we are in an alternate timeline now where Café Metro has no pickups. The pickups count will also be different for the next level, the Serpent Rouge. Absolutely fascinating. So, I want to take a picture of the bartender and his little kingdom over here. I think this will do the job. Okay, and we can... Oh! That's supposed to be a reflection. I mean, it's actually not, but see that? It shows the rest of the bar and the tables from that angle. Well, it's showing that, which doesn't really correspond, but that's supposed to be a reflection. That's neat, I guess. A real reflection would have been nicer. Okay, so, and guys, if this all feels like a very disjointed experience, I tried to make it as comprehensive as possible, but that's the nature of the Parisian Ghetto in Angel of Darkness. What's more, guys, please remember we've just been to the Café where a bike was parked at the entrance and the guy was sitting at the corner. Well, interestingly enough, he's here now. I don't know how he did that. And he's gone, but I love the fact that the smoke trail was still visible as he was leaving. It feels like there's a connection between the cutscene and the actual game. That was pretty cool. So now, guys, we are on Bernard's quest. So we have a key, but we cannot use it to enter the stage entrance. No, instead, we'll be using it to enter the garage. So before we do that, I want to save the game here, because there is a stealth-related achievement I want to get to. Please, guys, do not overwrite this save file. This is a backup to then tackle the other path. You need to tackle both paths if you want all the achievements. So let's use another save slot, that's what they're there for, and enter the Serpent Rouge. Alrighty guys, Bernard promised us access to the garage, and indeed he delivered. But first of all, let me open up the stats screen to see what we are working with here. The Serpent Rouge, which is interesting because this is the Bernard version. We're gonna visit the different version of the Serpent Rouge with different statistics inside, which is where this gets a little bit confusing. Similar how Café Metro had no pickups in it, even though it's supposed to have really 2 pickups. Anywho, we are gonna get our hands on all 34 items and we're gonna defeat 10 enemies. We're probably gonna get registered only 8 kills, but honestly, this is an alternate timeline. We're gonna redo this via the other path, so I don't particularly care about that, but I still want to show you where all the enemies and items are if this is the path you want to choose. And we are gonna break 1 breakable object and get this, 2 upgrades this time in Serpent Rouge, which is interesting. No new notebook entries over here, and in this Bernard path, we are gonna unlock 2 of the 3 achievements pertaining to this level. I think we can unlock all 3, but I find that to be a perfect setup for corner frag in the other path through the level, whereas this one is more suitable for hit the floor, where we'll need to be stealthy and not get detected until we reach the other floor of this place, and also Coup de Grace. Once we're discovered, we can pretty much open fire an enemy and finish them off with our punches and kicks that we practice inside the church gym, okay? So, first things first, why are we in the garage? This is supposed to have an entrance to the club proper, where the mysterious box is.
I'm not strong enough.
Indeed, and if you take a sneak peek through the window, that is invisible barrier blocking me here, you will see a beautiful sight, Desert Eagle, or Desert Ranger as it's now called. So, in order to do that, we need to press this lever, that's gonna increase our strength. To press that lever, we need to first flip this switch. But before we even start doing that, let's check all these lockers. These are not 2 lockers, these are 4. You need to approach each side individually, which I made the mistake of not doing the first time I played. And my goodness gracious, inside is something very interesting. Not a weapon, just a valuable old flintlock. Some bandages, and now I think this should be a battery or something like that, and Desert Ranger ammo. Oh, this is Desert Ranger ammo. Fantastic. You know what? I think I'm gonna use Desert Ranger already. Why not? Okay, there we go. Some additional ammo, but I just want to take a closer look at this beautiful flintlock over here. Well, beautiful, they didn't really put much detail into the wooden stock. A valuable antique, non-working gun. Yeah, that's it. I think these kinds of graphics passed in the original version, but in the remaster you'd expect some proper detail on the handle, but alas. So that's really interesting. I can't remember what its value in the pawn shop is. We'll have an opportunity to check that out. Now there is a key item over here, shining blue, and this is a car jack, I think. Although we're going to use it at a socket spanner, heavy-duty socket spanner, what you use to get rid of tires, essentially. We're going to use it on some unrelated switch, but that's fine. Before we do anything, though, I think I'd like to let Lara get into this corner, and I want to take a picture of the car. Again, in the original and the remastered, honestly, the biggest difference is with the poster over here. Okay, what about the pinup girl over here? Yeah, that's fine. Wait, there's something here. A single post lift electronic hydraulic salt cheap oint, one piece ready for work, use in garages, and more adaptive, robust, safe, stable, rise and fall. And then oh, those are tools in a toolbox. I see, I see. Honestly, these kinds of original graphics really remind me of Mafia 1 from 2002, in case you guys played the very original game, which I have a very soft spot for. Okay, so first, we raise the car, using the lift that we just read the advertisement for, I presume. Hopefully no one hears this noise, because we need to be stealthy for hit the floor achievement. You can press it again to then lower it, but why on earth would you do that? And now you can press this switch, which also counts...
I feel stronger now.
...as an upper body strength upgrade, which is fantastic. Mind you, in the other version of this level, we're not gonna get the upper body strength upgrade here, but at a completely different level. It's a bit messy. But now we can break the door down. Fantastic. And now, yes, please grab this beautiful thing. And Desert Ranger is powerful. Advanced 50 caliber semi-automatic medium range. Look at this beautiful thing. We've been to shooting range with my girlfriend for our anniversary. Very romantic, I know. And within that package, I was able to fire off one shot from the Desert Eagle, essentially. I struggled so it wouldn't fly off of my hands or break my nose. It was quite something. Anyway, Desert Ranger clip. Okay, awesome. And now, let's get down here, and I'm thinking once our stealth is broken for the rest of the level, I'm probably gonna use it. Because it's inconsequential, this is an alternate timeline, so to speak. There's a chocolate bar, some vector ammunition, and now if we climb up, there is a certain spot at which you can make a side flip for that... Oh my god. Okay, never mind. See, in the original games, it would have worked. You can be one square lower and it would just work. I guess in AOD you need to be way higher for that to connect. Okay, well, lesson learned. Now what we can do is grab the bottle of cognac over here. And if you want, you can summon a dumbwaiter. You don't have to do this for the hit the floor achievement, but I feel like it increases the tension. This is what we use the socket spanner for. It will serve as a handle for the switch over here. There we go. Now the dumbwaiter from the ground floor's bar has traveled to the basement, delivering shotgun shells for whatever reason, but you can see it's malfunctioning. And also one of the guards was now distracted and will come here. Which is interesting. However, you cannot take this guy down without breaking the hit the floor achievement. Yeah, there's no stealthy way to take him down whilst he's down here. We need to wait for him to enter and then exit the room. And crouching behind these crates should keep you safe from his flashlight. I still think this is such a cool cinematic moment that is made in an emergent gameplay, you know? It's a scripted event, sure, but you have full control over Lara during that. More cinematic moments like this, you know? Okay, scratching his chin, and then finally, out of boredom, giving up. Now you don't need to worry, the moment the door closes, he essentially disappears from that corridor. You don't need to give it extra few seconds until you start moving and shuffling around. And again, if you try to pick up the shotgun shells from the dumbwaiter, nope, Lara doesn't want to lose her arms for that. Okay guys, and this is a particularly tricky part, because it really comes down to at what moment you open the door in. Did I switch the graphics? Okay, great. Let's save the game here. This is the backup for choosing the other alternate path through the Serpent Rouge. This, however, we saved just as we were about to enter it, so let me overwrite. And now, go into stealth mode, keep hiding here, and take your time, don't rush this. We must not be seen before reaching the top floor. Well, not the topmost, just the one above us. So wait for it, and as soon as that fella turns, let's proceed to do a stealth takedown. The unfortunate consequence of this is your kills count is not going to increase, but in this particular case, we don't care, because we're going to reload and redo everything via the other quest path. Thankfully, this guy is not particularly perceptive. He doesn't see the body, doesn't see us when approaching from a 90-degree angle, but just 1 degree off and he will see you. There we go. And all we have to do is take him down, which is just fantastic. Okay, now we can move across this floor freely. So, what I want to do is I want to pick up the pistols they each dropped. Essentially, guys, in case you're wondering, you cannot dual wield the 9mm like in the olden days Lara used to. You will only get an ammunition pickup for each, even though it doesn't display the ammo clip, but the pistol itself. So, which is still valuable information. They didn't do that in Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, but they started doing that from Last Revelation onwards, so it betrays where you would have found the weapon for the first time in case you missed it previously, which I think is still valuable information. Okay, so the dumbwaiter works over here, we can pick it up. Then 2 chocolate bars. And a bottle of cognac. Also, there is a ticket office with 2 enemies beyond this door, but you cannot open it, it's locked. Ironically, the key to that ticket office is inside of it, but the key has another copy that you can find at the top. More on that later. For now, let's also pick up the pillbox over here. Lara, can you please grab it? Thank you. You can grab rails, remember? And pick up the antique vinyl record over here, which says La Serpent Rouge. I don't know how old the club is for this to be such a valuable antique, but I don't think anything else we have has such a high value to pawn off than this. Limited edition. Ah, so it's not about the age, but it being limited edition. Okay, that makes certain kind of sense. Now, do not press the switch, do not drop the beat, and do not start the music until you unlock Hit the Floor achievement, because everyone's gonna be alerted then, okay? We need to still, silently, and by the way, you can also move across this pipe if you want that extra bit of challenge. I want to push this musician's crate over here, climb up, and the moment we get up, this whole metal structure is gonna collapse, which is this level's breakable object, and the guards are gonna be alerted, but we have unlocked Hit the Floor achievement. And that's the first one running, so guys, let's shoot Lara, and now finish him off in melee. And Coup de Grace is ours. Open fire on an enemy and finish him off in melee combat. Now, before this guy has a chance to fire, let's get rid of him. And my friends, I understand this is the first time we are using guns, so there are a few things I want to explain, but I was focusing on the achievements and still maintaining our no using medpacks rule, okay? Ooh, where do I even begin? So, I think I would like to make a jump over there. For this, I'm gonna use a D-pad, because we need that extra precision. Excellent. We can take a small amount of damage if we jump here. I should probably not make a habit of that. And now, if you drop the beat, and let Surrounded by Green start playing, you will have summoned 2 more guards. Which is important to have all the kills. Notice how the guards we took down with a stealth takedown, their bodies do not disappear. This is to make it trickier so that if living enemies encounter these bodies, your stealth is broken. And now, can we do this quickly enough? Yay! So if you run here fast enough, you can enter this ticket office and get your hands on the pile of money and the key to the office itself without first having to find a copy up there. The problem is then this key is here just in case the door closes as you enter for you to be able to get out. In the original version, this copy of the key wasn't here and you could get stuck here permanently. That's why they added another one here, okay? But let me show you where you are normally supposed to find one. And guys, something I haven't yet explained about the combat system here is that the closer you are to your target, the more damage you deal. Not because of the recoil or inaccuracy, but if you hit the enemy with a single bullet of the same weapon from a distance, oh my god, there's another one, or up close, it makes all the difference. So if you're shooting them at point-blank range, you can get rid of these guys in 2 shots from 9mm. That's something we might have to keep in mind for New Game Plus, where ammunition might be limited. We'll see. Given increased health bars. Excellent. Let's try not to fall down here. Okay, and now, oh boy. Okay, something I want to explain. Our second run through the level is going to be a little bit faster, but I'm going to use this first one to just cover certain things. This stairway is blocked via the massive crate, very annoying. There is this door that we cannot open from this side, but we absolutely can from the other side. And it's going to be an invaluable shortcut later on. For now, what you're actually supposed to do, and the only reason you need to toggle on the music, is this platform over here. By the way, in the original version, you could be pushed off of it with this spinning light. Apparently the American version had that issue, not the European one, I'm led to believe. I checked Seth Mackenzie's video on the topic, it was absolutely fascinating. Okay, so this is climbable, despite looking exactly like a billion other climbable places, but in AOD it's a little bit difficult and more trial and error-ish. And now if you want to be extra careful, let's wait for this to come down and up again before making the jump, but you can also grab the rails, which weren't there in the original version if I'm not mistaken. But it's still possible like this. Now this walkway is raised, preventing us from moving on, and keep in mind the Desert Ranger ammo over here. And oh my god, I just realized something, I'm using 9mm when I can just really use Desert Ranger, because this is an inconsequential timeline. Huh, interesting. Also, over here, you can check the light boxes, but as you can see, none of the 4 here is parked. We need to park the dysfunctional one over there. So, there is a mechanism we need to check first. Okay. Excellent, Miss Croft, and you should have enough stamina to comfortably reach the climbable side of this. Past this annoying pipe. I'll be honest, guys, I think Surrounded by Green is a terrible song. I know a lot of you like it. I'm just being honest here. It's awful.
I'm not strong enough.
Well, look, Angel of Darkness had to have at least one bad song, right? And I think this is it.
I feel stronger now.
Well, that problem took care of itself. And we now get this sweeping shot showing us the lighting rig, sort of recentering our focus that this is what we came here for, okay? Yep, and that's the maintenance panel we need to park them in. I'm always nervous on this walkway, thinking Lara's automatically gonna start climbing over the rail and plummet to her death. And by the way, the original ticket office key. So, what happens now is that we have 2 of these, ticket office key, old steel key, and they'll accompany us for quite a while, because since we're not gonna use either of them, they're never gonna disappear, right? This switch you cannot press, but it will raise the walkway again, blocking our path, which is why there's no reason for Lara to do it. But a particularly crafty enemy in the remastered version of the game will do it, which is kind of hilarious. Okay, did we take falling damage? I'm not sure. I should probably control myself a little. And guys, before you leave with a chocolate bar, make sure to open this door once. It will close again, but from now on, it's unlocked and can be opened from the other side. This is going to be very important very shortly, okay? Okay, Miss Croft, you got this. And now, let's press this switch twice just to rotate the stage lights. See, the one with the spark effects is the dysfunctional one, so that's the one we need to park there. And yes, across all versions of the game, I check all the other lights just to see if there's some other hidden goodies that we can miss there. No, which was very disappointing. They could have hidden in some other one, you know, a medipeg or some ammo or something like that. And no, I have not forgotten about you, Desert Ranger ammo, don't you worry. And now, in the original version of the game, you would pick up the box that's inside the light, and then just walk back. But the remaster has a bit of a surprise for us. I actually like it. This bastard appears there and raises the walkway. What's worse, this guy can shoot at us from that cabin, and occasionally he can clumsily fall to his death, which will end up increasing your kills count. Wait, did he already fall, or is he stuck behind the... Oh, okay, good, this is the better situation. He can also randomly fall down, die, but if enemies die on their own from falling, your in-game skills count is still increased, like the skeletons in Last Revelation, okay? So don't worry about missing a kill. What becomes problematic... Wait a second, what are you doing there? I was about to say, what becomes problematic is finding the pickups these guys drop if they end up dying due to falling down. Yeah, that's a whole nightmare, and one of the reasons you can get permanently stuck in the bioresearch facility level in Prague, but later about that. Okay, so we're gonna wrap business up, and I do something I should have started doing from the very beginning and use Desert Ranger without a care in the world. Alright, can you hit the gentleman over there? Thank you. That was not a particularly impressive display of power, but okay, fine. Now, I want to get here. I just want to get the ammunition he dropped. Fantastic. Okay. By the way, occasionally it can happen if they're stuck next to a rail like this, they will drop their ammunition on top of this pipe. If that happens, I'm sorry to say that ammunition becomes unobtainable. Lara will never ever pick it up from the pipe. You can get on the pipe, even initiate the pickup animation, but during it, Lara will always slide down, which is incredibly annoying, and it happened to me twice already. Also on the remaster. Now, what that guy up there is not expecting is us entering here. Imagine how terrified he must be when this crazy woman just emerges from down below and he thought he's completely safe in this stage booth. By the way, these guys are not police. They are Bouchard security, presumably. Desert Ranger. Oh wow, one shot point blank. That's how powerful this thing is. Okay. So guys, we pretty much have everything we came here for. Let me just make sure, and let's also check the mysterious box in here. So, yeah, it looks a little bit better in the remaster. Trinket box, valuable and mysterious, contents unknown, and we don't get a use button to open it, which is infuriating. Here's the funny thing, guys. Everyone wants this box, not just Bernard, but also the doorman and also the bartender in Metro Café, okay? Which is interesting. It's never explained what is here. It's just something everyone wants and something they feel they are owed. Which is kind of like the whole Golden Globe briefcase plot device from Pulp Fiction. It's not important what is inside, what's important that it's a MacGuffin that everyone wants. And I think it works quite well like this. So, I'm gonna save the game here. And hopefully we didn't miss anything. Oh my god. What did we miss? I picked up all the ammo these guys dropped, so let me check. We have 8 kills, but we have actually dispatched 10 enemies. That's because the first 2 we took down via stealth takedowns, and I don't understand what we missed, but what matters, and I'm gonna get to the bottom of this mystery, we have unlocked the Hit the Floor achievement for stealthily reaching the upper floor. We have also unlocked Coup de Grace for opening fire, but then letting our fists and legs and kicks doing the rest of the talking. And this was essentially the Bernard's path through the level. We have also unlocked the upper body and lower body upgrades. Mind you, only in Bernard's path are you gonna get the upper body upgrade here. If you choose the other path, you're gonna get it a bit later on, which is still fine, don't get me wrong. For now, I need to figure out what on earth did we miss and where. Because it must be one of the ammo pickups of the dead guards. And I don't see anything poking at us from anywhere. So let me speed things up, and I will figure this mystery out and let you know what we missed. Of course, it is always at the last place where you look. So anyway guys, I'll see you when I reach the top. And my friends, this is what we were supposed to see. Again, keep in mind, you can absolutely score 10 kills if you don't do a stealth path but we had to do that because of the Hit the Floor achievement. Don't worry, we're gonna do this properly and thoroughly in the alternate path. For now, let's wrap up both Bernard's and the Doorman's quests. Now, whichever version of La Serpent Rouge you finish, you're always gonna end up in an alleyway like this, and despite doing absolutely massive neck-breaking falls, in this particular location, Lara doesn't suffer any falling damage. I mean, I'm not gonna complain about that, it's just something I never mastered, judging the harmful falling distance of AOD. Okay, so now we have two options, and I think for this I'm gonna have to make yet another save here because I want to show you everything. So first of all, if you are interested in the Pluie Noir achievement, you now must give the box to Bernard.
Did you get it?
Here it is.
No problems?
None that actually crippled me? No. So what's the password?
Give me the box first. It's mine.
No chance, old man. Password first.
Okay. It's Pluie Noir. Talk to Bouchard's Doorman.
And this is guaranteed to get me to Bouchard, with no hitches.
I didn't say anything about no hitches, but it will work.
It had better. Where do I find this Doorman?
He's at the side of the old church on Rue Dominique. It's run as a gym now.
Right. We're done. But if this doesn't work out, Bernard, I know where to find you.
And there we go. Just for learning the password, we unlock Pluie Noir. We also get this entry saying find the Doorman. Again, we already talked to Rowan Atkinson. But now, we do not get any additional items or anything like that, but a notebook entry. Mind you, you're not going to be a single notebook entry shorter if you take the alternate path. More on that later. And that's essentially it. Let's talk to Bernard 1 again to hear this beautiful line.
Leave me alone. I'm busy.
I really needed a hit of that. And now, if you talk to Doorman and tell him the password, a following cutscene will ensue.
Hi, I want to see Bouchard.
Nothing doing.
I have something for you.
What have you got?
2 little words. Pluie Noir.
Why didn't you say so?
And there we go. He'll clear the entrance and let us go without any problems. Honestly, I was half expecting him to just shoot us at point-blank range for saying those words. Because Bernard would say, well, technically it gets you in, but in a coffin, you know? Oof. And now we're gonna enter a level which we're not gonna get to play yet. Patience, guys, patience. Saint Aicard's graveyard. Yep, and you cannot go back from this point on. So, make sure before you make a decision like this to go through here, you do all the business you want in the pawn shop. Now, there's an alternate way to do this, which is terrible, but we have 750 euro, and we have the box. And we can betray Bernard, the miserable old devil, which is funny, but we'll fail to do that if we don't at least have 800 euro. And this is needed for the Spendthrift achievement, which by its very name tells you this is a stupid way to do it, but you absolutely can.
Hi, I want to see Bouchard.
Nothing doing.
I have the price of admission.
Your admission ticket is light, lady. 800 euros gets you in.
I don't have that.
So I see.
And that settles it. So now we are on a quest to find 50 additional euro. The problem is Bernard took 160 for us, just for telling us about the box. So what we can absolutely do now is get to the pawn shop, and I'm not going to spend much time there. I just want to very quickly get that 50 euro in. There we go. I'm not even going to show you the stat screen yet, guys. I'm going to keep that for later.
Open for business.
You managed to get in, didn't you?
Just checking. I didn't want to waste your time, or mine.
Discretion is my middle name. Especially with strangers who just walk in off the street.
Okay, I much prefer the lower line, but since we're going to do this twice, let's check this one out.
But you can keep your mouth shut.
Depends what's in it for me. Are you buying or selling?
How much for these?
Well, I'm sorry to say just selling. Now, I'm gonna show you his entire inventory in a sec. First of all, I just wanna sell the camera, or maybe, oh no, I wanna check. The limited edition record vinyl has 245 euro value. The antique flintlock is 320. Now, Wow, that is quite something. Since we're not gonna even find it in the alternate path, let's enjoy it. And we now have enough money for the Doorman and the Spendthrift achievement. And that's gonna mark the second of the 3 possible ways to get to Bouchard's hideout. Again, don't cross this particular street if you're playing the PlayStation 2 version, because you're very likely to fall through the map. I'm speaking through blood, sweat and tears and experience. And there we go, the worst path to get to
Is Bouchard around?
You got 800 euros in cash?
Yes, I have 800.
800 cash and the box.
You planning to retire soon?
That's the price.
You're a hard businessman.
Pass it through.
Oh, I think not. Door first.
Follow the path round the back.
And there we go, Spendthrift is ours. Enter the graveyard without giving the trinket box to either Pierre or Bernard. Pierre is the Café Metro owner. Oh, not the guy who I thought is a pimp or a drug pusher. Oh, okay, gotcha. And this now is the same cutscene, and it's gonna take us to Saint Ancard's graveyard loading screen. And there we go. Again, I don't want to show you the level yet. For now, let's load this save before even having accepted Bernard's quest, and I want to show you something mean. So let's say you just want to hear one of Lara's funniest lines of dialogue in the game. You can, but just be careful about the price for that dialogue line. We have 750 euro, and now, let's initially be nice to Bernard.
Excuse me.
You're not from around here?
No.
Then leave me alone. I'm busy.
Your name's Bernard. Janice said I might find you here.
She shouldn't be giving my name out like that. What do you want? I'm busy.
Hey, take it easy. Janice.
Janice?
Lara, you're gonna get Janice in trouble.
Why did she tell you about me?
I'm trying to find someone.
God help you. Never heard of them. Whoever it is.
That's odd. Janice said you worked for him.
You mean Bouchard?
He may know what happened to a friend of mine.
Forget it. Bouchard doesn't like time wasters.
Neither do I. So where is he?
Undercover. But 160 euro might jog my memory.
And guys, this is what I think Lara would actually say. So he's asking for 160 euro, that miserable devil. And you can tell him, you'd better not be giving me the runaround, old man. You know, Lara's protective of the very little money she has on her. So...
You'd better not be giving me the runaround, old man.
Threats aren't gonna help you, sweet thing.
It may help me to feel better if I work you over a little.
What if I did help you? What's in it for me?
Apart from the money, what do you want? Advice? A decent coat? Deodorant?
That's it! Get out of here! Leave me alone!
I love her.
Tell Janice she should keep her mouth shut in future!
Bernard, you're a big disappointment to me. Let's hope you feel safe out here when it gets dark.
Well, not just that, but guys, now when we open up our inventory, we're at 590 euros. So Lara still gave him the 160, which I think is a bug. And you know what's funny? When I played the remaster for the first time, I wanted this dialogue to happen and then continue to Pierre, the cafe owner. And then I did everything, and I went to the pawn shop, sold everything, and realized I don't have enough money for the cash overload achievement. And I wondered, why? Did I miss any money pickup? And it turns out, this conversation with Bernard, even if he shoos you away, he'll still take the money. And Lara just lets him keep it. I think this is a bug, but I just wanted to warn you that that is the case. So guys, let me reload this save file yet again, and we are now gonna embark on the sort of canonical path with Pierre, the cafe owner. Okay, Bernard. We're gonna say farewell to you for now, and go far away from this park, okay? Instead, we're gonna embark on Pierre's quest, now that I finally remembered the cafe owner's place. And let's also talk to the mysterious stranger who was sulking in the corner over there. Honestly, when it comes to the character of Curtis, all I can think about is sulking. Like a teenager. Okay. Now I want to show you something interesting. If we enter the Café Metro, not having accepted Bernard's quest, and check the stat screen, you will see still 0. But wait, this is gonna change after we accept Pierre's quest. So, first of all, stranger, talk to me.
Excuse me? And excuse you too.
You just waved Lara off.
Do you know a Louis Bouchard?
I'm a stranger around here.
Don't let me distract you from your paper.
Well, he had a very American accent, so he is a stranger around here, but so is Lara. You're both in France. Can I just look at the table, or is that not possible from any conceivable angle? Because for a while it looked like we could. Okay, let's maybe zoom in like this. I want to know what Curtis is reading. Oh, historical photos from 1940s. Okay, fair enough. Just passing time, or pretending like he's not doing anything. Anyway, let's talk to Pierre over here.
Are you Pierre?
Possibly. What can I get you?
Information.
Really? Well, everyone wants something for nothing.
It needn't be for nothing. We could trade.
Trade?
You used to work at the Serpent Rouge. I need to find your ex-boss, Bouchard.
You don't look like police.
How would you know?
How would you know?
I don't talk to police.
With your reputation, you'd be unwise to.
What do you... Never mind.
Is she provoking
you
him?
mentioned a trade.
What sort of problems do you have? Any situations need clearing up? Difficulties removed?
Lara's sales pitch.
In exchange for
Wonderful.
information about Louis Bouchard. That's dangerous information.
I'm a dangerous girl. And right now, I'm losing patience.
I do have a situation that needs tidying. A retrieval job. Something I forgot to pick up from Le Serpent Rouge when I left in a hurry. It's mine, and I want it back.
Why don't you just pick it up yourself?
2 guesses.
Bouchard? The Monstrum?
Don't joke about the Monstrum. Bouchard ran a lot of operations there. The place will be staked out.
Just tell me where the item is in the club.
It's small. Small enough to fit inside one of the stage lights.
Of course, it's the
one
box again.
That doesn't work.
That's it? Okay. I can work with that. How do I get into the club?
With this. This will get you in behind the stage area at the back. Return what's mine to me here, and I'll put you in touch with Louis Bouchard.
I'm sure he'll be glad to hear from you again.
He isn't going to. I just tell you where to find him. Then it's up to you.
Okay. And if this doesn't work out, I know where to find you. Don't I, Pierre?
You litterbug.
You litterbug. Sorry, I just felt the need to say that. So, new journal entry, retrieve the box at Serpent Rouge in Broken Lightning Rig. It's the same exact entry we would have gotten from Bernard. Also, when it comes to items, what we got rather than getting the ex-janitor's keys is the bartender's key. Pierre was the bartender at La Serpent Rouge, the bar that we're gonna replunder again, for access into the Serpent Rouge. Also, if we now check the stats, see guys, suddenly there's a mention of 1 of 2 pickups, whereas previously it showed 0 out of 0. Interesting, isn't it? However, the same cannot be said about Bernard's Park. Now that we can no longer accept his quest, we're always gonna see 3 out of 4 there once we get the 3 goodies behind the metro station door. I wish they would update that stat screen to reflect the path we took, just like they did in Café Metro, but they did half a successful job, which is a little bit frustrating. So that's essentially it. You talk to Pierre again, he's going to repeat the same
Just tell me where the
ones.
item is in the club.
It's small.
Yeah, let's skip it. We've already heard them. Now, what would have made sense would be that after the conversation, this mysterious stranger would no longer be here. But he's still here, which means he doesn't actually have the time to get his bike all the way over there next to La Serpent Rouge. So, it's strange to say the least, that's for sure. See, the bike was just there. How is it already there? Talking to Pierre could have been when he moved, but they didn't implement it like that. Well now, that was a quick affair. So now, we cannot get into the garage, but we can get into the backstage entrance, which is where I want to save the game, because we're now going to embark on the Serpent Rouge, but Pierre's path, and you'll already see the difference in the stat screen. And it even starts with a flyby of a camera, which is actually very useful. Because it might feel like we are alone here, but that is not the case. We need to watch out for a guard. And this fella over here is going to be the prime target for our corner frag. But first things first, the stat screen. Guys, do you see the difference? Only 33 rather than 34 pickups. Indeed, there is one less pickup in the level if you take Pierre's quest, and the stat screen reflects this, and also there'll be no antique flintlock, so you'll make a little less money from other valuables. I think an extra bottle of cognac. But yeah, this is really interesting. The only achievement we are gonna unlock here is the corner frag I mentioned, because the very first guard the flyby showed us is the perfect target, but of course you're gonna have plenty of opportunities in all sorts of other levels to do it. I probably could have found a way to do it even during Bernard's path through the Serpent Rouge, but the setup here is just too good to ignore. Let me show that to you in a sec. Also, when it comes to upgrades, no upper body strength upgrade here. To make up for that, we will get it in Saint Aicard's graveyard if we didn't take Bernard's path, if we took Pierre's path. So only lower body upgrade here, but that's all we need to explore the Parisian Ghetto thoroughly, and no notebook entries at all. But we will end up killing 11 rather than 10 enemies, so there is an extra kill. And those of you who are stats focused like me might be thinking, "Oh guys, hold on a sec, this playthrough means you get one pickup overall less than you do through Bernard's path, right?" No. See, from Pierre, the Café Metro owner, we get overall 2 pickups as per the Café Metro stat screen. From Bernard's quest, we only get 1 pickup from him, so that actually equalizes the difference between the 2 different versions of the Serpent Rouge, meaning at the end of the game, you're gonna have exactly the same number of pickups. Okay guys, just wanted to get that out of the way. First things first, let's wait here, because this guard tends to go for rounds and he twists and turns, and he is a little bit of an unreliable partner. What I also want to do is take original graphics and remastered graphics screenshot, and there's the Desert Ranger. Wonderful, glorious thing. And look, this lion symbol, we've seen it. Wait a second, I'm not imagining things, am I? We've seen it. Here, it's the same lion. Oh my god. Okay, and I think this might be the same one we'll see at Straho Fortress later on. By the way, you can use up or down to skip to the first or the last entry. Just a neat trick for the notebook. Okay, Lara is sneaking, so let's now hug the wall over there. Lara, hug it. Thank you. No, don't peer. Don't peer. He's gonna detect you. Get your gun out. And now let's corner frag this guy. Peer out and start shooting. There we go. Defeat an enemy by shooting around the corner. The accuracy is not the best. I mean, it took, what, 6 shots rather than just 2 to bring him down? But guys, you will hear it a couple of times, and you heard it in Bernard's path through the level as well. He yelled, "Pronikl do strzeżonego prostoru." Which is odd, because we are in France, and that line is in Czech language. And what it says is, he entered the restricted area. They specifically use the masculine term in Czech language. So whoever was writing these lines in Czech and had the voiceovers done didn't really understand the Czech language or knew the context of the game, which is what's often the case in troubled development of video games. So not only are they saying he, as opposed to Lara being very obviously she, but also they're using Czech language, not French. Now, you could say these guys are actually from Czechia connected to the Cabal in Straho, but no, these are just supposed to be a Parisian mafioso's bodyguards. So these lines were supposed to be in the Prague chapter of the game, not in the Paris section of the game. I just wanted to get this out of the way. I find this really interesting and kind of disappointing they still didn't fix this in the remaster. Okay, there's Desert Rangers, so alternate way to get in. And a key item and a chocolate bar. Let's check the key item immediately. This should be stage door key, access to the dance floor. Okay, I kind of forgot we even need a key for that. And a clip for the Desert Ranger. And I think another one on this pile of boxes here, incredibly easy to miss. And guys, if it wouldn't be for the corner frag achievement, one other way you can take care of the guard is flick this switch over here, There's a retro achievement for this on the PlayStation 2 version, and this guy's light will go out, he will come and investigate, so you can hide in this corner so he doesn't see you, and then go around him, sneak up on him, and do stealth takedown. Another important thing, stealth takedowns. Yes, these things in the original version you could only do when your enemies were perfectly standing still. You could not do stealth takedowns on moving targets, which was awful, and this especially made the Straho Fortress level very difficult to pull off, and not in a good way. Anyway, let's save the game here. Oh wait, no, we don't need to. We already unlocked Hit the Floor. Let's get our guns out. Oh yes, baby. Now we also have some vector ammo, but guys, I would really recommend you instead use the MV9 here. Not only is it the weakest weapon on pretty much one of the weakest enemies, but also you're gonna lose MV9 and all its ammo after the second act of the game. Think of it as 3 acts into the second third of the game, you're gonna lose access to it. So I would recommend not using the vector ammo, because that one is gonna carry over. Same thing applies to Desert Ranger, but the reason I'm not gonna use it yet is I'm gonna save up all the Desert Ranger ammo for one particularly challenging level, Galleries Under Siege. That's where this thing is gonna shine. But for now, let's go with MV9 and just try and beat the level without using a medpack, shall we? See? Again, the check lines. Okay, there we go. And you will already, when you'll play on your own, notice that Lara's movements, as she's fighting enemies, are rather horrible. It's like you're constantly slipping on ice. The modern control scheme doesn't actually do much to address that. Now, before we start plundering this area, one cool thing you can do in Pierre's path is open this other door, which I think is very interesting. You can get halfway through to the garage, but not quite, to pick up the bottle of brandy, which we absolutely need for the cash overload. I mean, these things are incredibly valuable. You cannot flick the switch because you don't have the socket spanner from the garage. And we cannot get to the garage because the trapdoor above is closed and there's a car right above it. But you can at least get the chocolate bar and the vector ammunition over here. But there's no getting to the garage, which I guess is fair. That's why they changed the stat screen in the first place, okay? Now you might be thinking, hold on a sec, Zalgadis, according to this logic, when we did the Bernard's path through the level, we should have been able to enter the backstage area. And notice the shotgun shells are already summoned here without us even using that switch. But this is where you would be wrong. I just realized I forgot to show this to you, but if you're playing the Bernard version of the level and you try to enter this door, it's not gonna work. It's just gonna be locked, so you cannot get to the table with goodies and the Desert Ranger clip and the enemy there in Bernard's path. Because the backstage key we picked up from that guard unlocks this door, but in Bernard's path, it's inside the area that you need the key to even get into. I hope that makes sense, okay? Now, let's also check the bar area. Let's again summon the V-Packer shotgun shells. It feels a bit odd to do such a large section of the game in one video and also having to play one of the levels twice. But guys, I really didn't want to split any part of the Parisian Ghetto section from others because all its loose ends need to be tied in the same video that they are introduced. That's very important for me. So yeah, just look for the chapter in the description that you're looking for. And again, the ticket booth is locked, the key's inside, but also at the top floor. And finally, let's get the pillbox and grab the rails here to get the limited edition vinyl. Excellent. And now, let's be real quick. Press the switch and immediately get there before the door closes after the second bodyguard gets out. Oh, I also want to take a picture of the second type of bodyguard. They're functionally identical, but visually there is different flair. Let's not pick it up yet because we need to get here. Okay, so I'm not gonna take a picture of this one because I was in a hurry. That's fine. And again, like I said before, the key is placed here just in case the door closes behind you. It requires that key to open so you don't get permanently stuck here if you override your one and only save file, which by now you should know that you should pretty much save at the end of each level in these Tomb Raider games. There is no level selector, unfortunately. Okay, cool. So that's the bottom floor picked clean, completely. Let's take care of this fella. Okay, we managed to enter here, so this will serve as a cover against the other fella. Right. I know he's gonna appear eventually. Wait a sec, where is he? Ah, there he is. Now I really don't want him to start climbing the rails, okay? Because then we might not be able to get to the ammo he will drop. Okay, I would consider the remaster an improvement. Oh, he said uteklinam. He said they escaped in Czech language. Interesting. Okay, wasted a little bit more ammo, but hey, the counter value is we have not missed a pickup. Excellent. Now at some point when we reach the middle floor, another guard is gonna appear at the bottom floor. But not yet, it seems. Excellent. And because we skipped Bernard's garage in Pierre's path, we didn't get the upper body strength upgrade from pulling that lever, which makes perfect sense. But Graveyard will have us covered. And there he is. Okay, I'm immediately going down to take care of that business. Oh, that was a majestic jump, Lara. Wow. Say what you want about AOD's controls and Lara's moveset, but her jumps are just... wow. Not from this world. Especially towards the end of the game, and especially when sprint jumps are introduced, and sprinting itself, which actually felt really good in the original. In the remaster, regardless whether it's tank or modern control scheme, sprinting somehow works more awful than in the original. Okay, now we'll have two guards to deal with. Oh, survived that bullet, interesting. Before that guy gets here, let's pick up the bandages, and I would like to rep this version of the level more quickly. Excellent, and now let's just wait for the stage lights to come down. Alrighty. First jump requires a grab. The second jump, we can just do standing jump, but to make sure the elevation doesn't change mid-jump, do it when it's perfectly still. Okay, I want to walk here because this is making me very nervous. Okay. Whoa! I'm gonna have to change my underwear in a while. Okay, so let's climb up here. The walkway is not extended, so we cannot go there. Again, I just must not forget the Desert Eagle clips. If you find yourselves at the end of one of these levels, you have probably forgotten those Desert Eagle clips. Sorry, Desert Ranger. Different weapon, I guess? I don't know. I'm not a weapon expert. So, I'm happy to live in a country where people don't carry around firearms, because that's a problem once introduced that's very difficult to solve. I understand for those of you guys in US, limiting carrying guns would just mean now only criminals get to wield them and not normal people, so once guns are spread out, you kind of cannot fix the issue.
I feel stronger now.
Okay, so now we can go for the door. And yeah, this is the one and only upgrade in Pierre's version of the level. Actually, I can skip this. We've seen this in Bernard's path. There you go, Miss Croft, show those door who's boss. Okay. We don't need to go to the ticket office, we already been there via careful timing. And let's just unlock this door from this side for when the armed goon will eventually trap us on the other side. And you know the drill from now on. Really, only the beginning of the Serpent Rouge is different between Pierre and Bernard. So I was even pondering whether I should cover this level once or twice, but it didn't quite feel right not doing it properly, you know, not doing full coverage. I'll let you guys be the judges of which parts you're gonna watch. I'm not gonna make that decision for you, that just felt a bit arrogant. So, let's get it to the maintenance panel. Excellent. And now, us being locked out on this side is a prime opportunity to get the Desert Ranger clip. And regardless of which version of the quest you're on, the box is gonna be completely identical and unopenable. Let's just make absolutely sure. There it is. Valuable and mysterious, contents unknown. It will always be the case. Now, part of me wishes that guard will actually fall down to his doom just so I can show you guys what happens. So let me... Whoa, that was close call. Let me open up the stats screen. I want to show you something important. First and foremost, we are missing 2 pickups and 1 kill. Perfect. So the Desert Ranger clips and then the ammunition that guy will drop after we kill him. That's exactly the stats I wanted to see. Okay. I really like this hidden secret with the Desert Ranger clip. It's such a classic Tomb Raider platforming in practice. I don't think we're gonna do anything similar anywhere else in the game with a slippery slope. Okay, Lara, you know the drill. Thank you. Look at me getting comfortable with Angel of Darkness controls. Again, the modern control scheme makes a huge difference. And now, we'll surprise this guy again. And what do you guys think? Should we use ammunition or should we finish him off with melee? You know what? Let's do both. Let's, again, just in case you haven't done Coup de Grace already, this is another prime opportunity. Shot and punches and kicks. Lara will not stop until she finishes the animation fully, which is funny. She's committed if nothing else. Okay, so let's take a look. Let me save the game first. And let's take a look at the stats screen. So my friends, this was Pierre's version of Le Serpent Rouge. We ran through this a little bit quicker. 1 pickup less, leading to 33, but we're going to make up for that with the second pickup at the Café Metro. We have, however, landed an extra kill. So no matter which way you slice it, going through Pierre's path is better because you're going to get an extra kill if you consider that sort of thing a reward. What's more, we got the lower body upgrade and you are going to get the upper body strength upgrade in St. Aicard's graveyard if you haven't taken Bernard's path. If you have, you're not going to get it in the graveyard, so there is no extra upgrade in it for you and no notebook entries to speak of. And in Pierre's version, we have also unlocked the Corner Frag achievement and I showed you how you can, again, easily do Coup de Grace. Hitting the floor, I really recommend for Bernard's path, okay? Oh, one other thing I wanted to show you, you can also see we are at 910 euro. Talking to Pierre didn't cost us 160 like talking to Bernard did. Again, he is the best path. Also, in the original version of the game, seeing Curtis leave on a bike, you would only see after accepting Pierre's quest for some reason. So there just wasn't ever any reason to do Bernard's one. Okay, fantastic. And now, now that we are here, I'm thinking I'm gonna take us very briefly to Bouchard's hideout, a different level. Yes, I think this is what I try to convey via the scrolling text. This is the first of 2 visits of Bouchard's hideout. We are going to get our hands on essentially only 3 items and land absolutely no kills or break any breakable object. Yet. There are no upgrades or notebook entries. Yet. We're going to wrap it up during the second visit of Bouchard's hideout. Just know that this is the destination where Lara wants to get to Bouchard this entire time. And we are so close. All it takes is lift a manhole cover, but you'll just in a different section of the level, okay? I honestly think this confused a lot of people and maybe they just should have made this a completely separate level, not Bouchard's hideout. But anyway, that's how they decided. If we go to the left here, let's make a running jump. Whoa. Yeah, not really possible without grabbing, that is fine. Because we're gonna find some junk, and ammunition, and a large medpack. And we're gonna also exit the place in a perhaps a bit unexpected way. First of all, vector ammunition. Am I gonna go for a backflip again? Is this high enough, game? Okay, fine. Then, because we got the lower body strength upgrade from the Serpent Rouge, we can now kick the door down. This, my friends, is why I've been holding off of coming here, okay? And I didn't want to do this after Bernard's quest because we just ended up reloading. And my friends, the one and only wed of money that's not 160 euro, but 80 euro. Anyway, let's make a jump here. A bit dangerous, but it's a massive shortcut. And now, let's grab this. Oh, okay. Lara transitioned into her ladder climbing mode, which is excellent. And we can already see something shiny. It's the equivalent of Mademoiselle Cavier's wedding ring, essentially. Another diamond ring, which has a very nice value. Again, selling all the valuables at the pawn shop at once is just such a satisfying feeling. Oh, you need to tap down before she switches her ladder climbing mode. Otherwise, she will not do it in one constant motion, which can be a bit confusing. But you can also move through ladders diagonally, which is interesting. Now you need to tap up, so she lets go of her legs, which makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. And now she can corner shimmy. You cannot climb here. This is the earliest spot you can climb, not that thin one for whatever reason. So, to the left is where we entered. If you go forward from here, this is a manhole cover that leads to Janice. It's placed right next to her, but we entered via the one next to the backstage entrance of La Serpent Rouge. But let's now try the fourth, the final path, because this one leads somewhere else altogether, which I find interesting. Okay, grab with secondary. You need to do this manually. It's not happening automatically, which is... I like that. It makes me feel in control. Now I need to tap forwards, so again Lara lets go of her legs and goes to her shimmying stance. And here I recommend getting your gun out for a backflip in case you're using a modern control scheme, because it's just the perfect distance. And let's climb up. And this is one of my most favorite secrets in the game. Well, okay, see, Angel of Darkness technically doesn't have secrets. It also doesn't have crawl climbs. You cannot climb into a crawl like you could since Tomb Raider 3, which is another bummer. But yeah, a Tomb Raider game with absolutely no secrets. That is not officially in-game tracked secrets, but I would definitely consider this one. Let me show you. Yep, this takes us to Bernard, which is hilarious. And right here, we have 1, 2, 3 pickups, and the 2 piles of money, so 320 overall, that do not count as pickups, behind the metro entrance. It's blocked off even from here, so you're not gonna get to an actual metro station, which is a bit of a bummer. But you can now unlock the door, and it's always accessible, although it doesn't have any real practical value. And look, we can talk to our friend Bernard over here.
Leave me alone, I'm busy!
You know, I had a feeling that's what you were gonna say. So that's essentially that, and it's the final time we find ourselves here, so let's say goodbye and take a look at that stat screen. Again, I was hoping that if we take Pierre's quest, this is gonna update to reflect 3 out of 3, not 3 out of 4 pickups. The fourth one is the key from ex-janitor Bernard gives you if you embark on his quest. So again, they updated stat screen correctly for Café Metro, but not for this part of Parisian Ghetto, which is a bummer. Okay, and now... do we need to do it now or later? I don't know. What I'm talking about is Rennes Pawnshop. You know what, let's do it now, before we finish the quest fully. Because now we have as many valuables as we possibly can in the game. There's gonna be one other valuable, but it's placed in such an awkward way you'll never be able to sell it. So let's now enter Daniel Rennes Pawnshop. And again, I thought his name is Rene, but no, his name is Daniel. Ren is his surname, which always confused me as a kid. What I want to show you is the stat screen for the pawnshop. See, interestingly enough, you will see 8 pickups in Rene's pawnshop, right? We're not gonna get any of these. There are also no enemies, no objects, no upgrades. There are, I think, not even notebook entries, just pickups. But this does not involve pickups you can buy from him. Oh no. But what there is are achievements. My god. It's quicker to just unlock the achievements than talk your ear off about them at the stat screen. One other thing I want to show you, a really cool Easter egg. That's Lara Croft from one of the 2 Game Boy Color games. Let me just zoom in. Crypt Raider Funkatron 8000. Was this in the original, or is this a remastered edition and they added OG graphics filter? I don't know. Winner of 20 plus awards, I somehow doubt it. Also playable on Funkatron 800 Color, Funkatron 800 Advance, but yeah, using the Game Boy font. That is really cute. And over on this side is the same thing. Oh, this is the Funkatron console. So here it's not on a handheld, it's on an NES-like console. Oh, that's really adorable. Ooh, some spicy magazine, and what else? Map of France, some old painting, Rodart Legem Sebien. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means. Gramophone, a guitar. You always have to have a guitar in a pawn shop. Anyway, let's talk to Daniel over here.
Open for business.
You managed to get in, didn't you?
Just checking. I didn't want to waste your time, or mine.
Discretion is my middle name. Especially with strangers who just walk in off the street.
I like this line more, even though they both lead to the same thing.
How concerned are you with legal niceties?
What concerns me is the police. They ask a lot of questions.
Do you?
If it suits me, I make my own rules. Are you buying or selling?
How much for these?
Well, how about both? See, it's very complicated, but we are first selling and then we are buying. So guys, let's see the value of each assigned item. The camera, 50, which is still better than antique doubloons, but thankfully this will give us 120 altogether. You have to sell these individually. And we're doing all this, hoarding it for one moment for the cash overload achievement. Necklace is 65, which is very decent. The diamond ring, 195, wonderful. One of them is from Mademoiselle Cavier, person that was just killed. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Then vintage cognac. Oh, here we go. 320 times 3. Beautiful. Again, guys, this is in 2003, right? Just to put that into perspective. Hip flask is 80. Wow. And gold watch, 160. Nice. I mean, the bottle of cognac is still the best, but second best is the antique record, limited edition vinyl, and cash overload will be ours. Beautiful. Earn more than 3,500 euros. You will see now that the only option here is to purchase, or you can also exit. If you re-talk to Daniel over here, some unique lines.
How much for these?
From Lara. That's it. She says how much for these, even though she's no longer selling anything. And now, despite Daniel selling ammunition and attachments to weapons, which is a restored addition to the remaster, he doesn't buy weapons or ammo. You can no longer sell anything, okay? So if you're thinking of selling 9mm ammo and exchange it for Vector, or even better, Scorpion X, you cannot, okay? But still, 3,500 is now a quantity we can use. Now, we need to also think about the pawn promotion achievement. So, silencer, optional fitting for some models, greatly increased stealth. Guys, I'll be honest, you don't need this. It doesn't really matter. You can honestly buy both attachments and then reload the game if you want, but of course I want to have them in our inventory. Here's one, here's another. Laser sights, optional fitting for some weapons, increasing accuracy over distance. I'll be honest, I never noticed any difference with this thing attached or unattached, but it makes the weapon models look cool and gets us the achievement. There we go, pawn promotion. Buy all the gun accessories at the pawn shop, just 2, but again, these are lovingly restored in the remaster. They were cut from the original game. And now, my friends, decision time. See, you might be thinking, you no longer will need money after the Parisian Ghetto section. And that's where you're wrong. I mean, you don't need it to beat the game, but to get all the pickups and even some achievements, you will need at least 720 euro. Hey guys, Editing Zolgar is here. This is where I royally screwed up. And the funny thing is, I didn't even realize this. I carried on with the rest of the video until I woke up in the middle of the night with my heart racing, realizing something is wrong and I couldn't figure out what, and then it hit me. I screwed up the math right here. So all the footage you're gonna see from this point on till the end of the video, I have since replayed. Everything still stands, everything is still valuable, all the achievement unlocks and strategies work, but the amount of money you will carry has to be higher than what I left Rennes Pawnshop here with. Let me explain. When we finish or even reach the first level of Prague, we need 860 euro. That's why we need to leave Rennes Pawnshop with at least 780, not 720. Now, if we leave Rennes Pawnshop with 780, we will, in middle of a cutscene as we finish Paris, find 80 additional euro, increasing it to 860. And then we need 60 to pay for a conversation option that is going to give us a diary entry, and we need to have remaining 800 plus some euro to be able to purchase a Scorpion X gun for the 2 of every kind achievement and an absolutely fantastic dual wielding option. Anything less than 780 means you will not get that gun and the achievement and all pickups as a result. Okay guys, so please be very careful. So go ahead and purchase 14 Scorpion X gun clips like I'm showing you here. but please don't spend bloody €60 for a vector clip like I did. Anyway, guys, thank you for your attention, and back to the video. Okay, that was rather excellent. So, 2 achievements unlocked. This was our first visit into Rennes Pawnshop. Let me just show you to you via the stat screen again, and we'll be back to scoop up all those pickups a little bit later. For now, let's actually wrap up Pierre's quest. And this time, all it takes is just one loading screen, which is fantastic. Okay. Again, whenever you want Lara to hurry up when she's using the stairs, jumping is the only way to do it. I think sprinting, when we'll eventually learn it, also works well. Okay, the bike is not parked outside anymore, so at least that makes sense. Okay, and this, my friends, is our second visit to the Café Metro, so let me show you how we are gonna get the second remaining pickup and an additional diary entry.
Did everything go okay?
It's quiet in here. Your voice really carries.
Don't mess me about.
You were right about the place being staked out. There were gunmen all over the place. No sign of the monstrum, though.
You got it. Ah!
Now, a little matter of Bouchard's whereabouts.
Bouchard, yes,
You aren't going to disappoint me, are you? You don't want to see my dangerous side?
No. It's just that someone else was asking for him. Just after you left.
Asking for Bouchard?
Ah, the guy on the bike.
The customer who was sat in the corner, reading his paper. I couldn't tell him anything, naturally, but he may have overheard us.
You know, you talk real loud. It's hard not to notice it.
Lara, you're literally the one yelling constantly.
Easy. Are we going to deal?
Only if you behave.
All right. Bouchard is lying low. I know someone who can show you where.
You can trust them? This person you know?
Just about. Name of Francine. She's my ex.
Reassuring.
This is her address. And the code for the gate.
And she can point me to Bouchard? You sure?
Oh, absolutely. She knows a discreet route to the back of the premises.
Discreet? Translation. Dangerous.
Nothing in Paris is safe. But this route will get you where you want to go. Please, it's arranged. She's expecting you.
I hope this arrangement works out, Pierre. I'd hate for you to become a personal problem that I have to come back and tidy up.
Lara, you forgot to call him a litterbug again. Anyway, let's open the notebook, and we now got a different entry than if we were to finish Bernard's quest. This time we got Contact Francine, 17 Rue Dominique, code 15328, like I said at the beginning of today's episode. What's more, we got the code, just in case we forget, and forget to check the journal as well, also as a pickup, Francine Rue Dominique, 15328. By now I should know this by heart, but I don't know, I'll forget by the time we walk to the door. And that, my friends, is it. We can talk to Pierre one more time.
I don't think this friendship is working out, is it, Pierre?
Only paying customers welcome. There's the door.
I mean, Lara is she just constantly abuses people in this game. My god, it's so much fun. Now, if we check the statistics, you will see 2 out of 2 pickups. That's it. We also have all the journal entries, and there are no enemies, breakable objects, upgrades, or anything else to think about. So with that, my friends, let's approach Francine's apartment. Oh, in case you're wondering, why didn't we get an achievement for completing Pierre's path through the level? Well, that's because that is also tied to pick up inside Francine's apartment inside St. Aicard's graveyard level. Let me explain. So 1, 5, 3, and I think 28? Was it? Oh, by the way, look at the change in Lara's hand. Look, they got her nails. That's a cool change. It's gonna be even a better change at Curtis's hand later on. And imagine this just getting us access to a red truck. Maybe this red truck is a solution to all our problems. Look, you can even climb it. Wonderful. But no. Okay, so before we enter the St. Aicard's graveyard via this path, let me make a save here. I think I'm gonna again save like this. We can check the statistics screen, but this part of the Parisian Ghetto just doesn't really have anything in it. Just one cash pickup, that's essentially it. So, let's enter Saint Aicard's graveyard.
Come in. Pierre said to expect you.
Before we talk to Francine, let me introduce you to a level. Let's pretend this is a linear progression now, like in all previous classic Tomb Raiders but Last Revelation. So, Saint Aicard's graveyard, this is interesting. It also depends where you entered from. Again, you're gonna get more stuff if you did Pierre's Path, which is why this is now the main part of this Let's Play. And what we're gonna get our hands on are 9 items. There are 2 enemies, but guys, I have some bad news. We're not gonna kill them, we're gonna be at 0 out of 2. Because these 2 enemies are again the good boys. You guessed it. But this marks the 3rd level of the game that has dogs in it. Then we're only gonna have to deal with 2 more levels in Prague, not in Paris anymore, okay? So that's something to look forward to. Then I think there are 4 different breakable objects in here that we're gonna break. There is either one upper body upgrade or no upgrades whatsoever, depending on if you're accessing this via Bernard's Path. If you're doing it Bernard's Path, there are no upgrades here, period. But that's because in Bernard's version of the Serpent Rouge, you got the upper body strength upgrade using the lever. If you took Pierre's Path, you're gonna get that strength upgrade here now, okay? Just wanted to make that very clear. Now, as it pertains to the achievements, achievement hunters, you're having a field day today, aren't you? We're soon gonna unlock Kleptomaniac. This is the achievement for completing Pierre's quest. You just need to go through the extra step and find an item hidden inside Francine's apartment. You're not gonna get to Francine's apartment unless you know the code. If you know the code in advance of playing the game, you can absolutely speedrun through the entire Parisian Ghetto if you so want, and Francine will still talk to you as if you talked to Pierre, even though you never met Pierre before. It's interesting. And finally, we're gonna unlock Death Defying. This is a terrifying achievement. Get the V-Packer ammo in Saint Aicard's graveyard. Yeah, this requires a jump for the ages, but let's take one thing at a time. First of all, there is a radio here. I was like, oh, let's tune in, some new broadcast or something. Nah, there's gonna be only one other radio like this in the game with some news, which is a bummer. I thought they're gonna accompany us throughout the game. You can, if you want, exit, but there is a drawer over here, which has a box of pills. Then you can, I think, interact with another drawer over here, but this one is empty. But here's the thing, this is so close to Francine that if you try to press the action key, it's gonna
Bouchard
initiate
is in the old
dialogue.
church. You need to find a mausoleum in the churchyard. It leads down into the church basement.
Is this the best way?
It's the only way past the Doorman. Watch out for the ledges. They are dangerous.
Where isn't these days?
Welcome to Paris.
Brief, straight to the point. I kind of admire the type of person Francine is. And now, after the conversation, you can check this drawer. For Kleptomaniac achievement, obtain the sports watch, but the icon for the achievement is Pierre, because this implies you completed Pierre's Path. This is a small consolation prize for the fact that, past this point, you can no longer sell anything to Daniel Rennes. Yep, so the sports watch is useless in that regard. You no longer will have the opportunity to sell it, which is such a major oversight. And of course, you cannot just go back to the courtyard with the red truck, okay? So just wanted to get this out of the way. So that's the first achievement done. Now let's step outside. Oh, before I forget, we need to take a picture of these unique NPCs. Let's get... let's go a bit higher, maybe, like this. And Francine, okay, I think this is the one and only person I prefer the original look of. And it all comes down to the hairstyle. I've never been a fan of this bob. It just ages people unnecessarily. I don't know. This is a much better hairstyle, but for a little bit more terrifying face, yeah. Oh wow, and here we are at the graveyard. Guys, if you remember, if we went through the Doorman, who is on the other side of this wall over here, we would appear here. But because we did Pierre's quest, we are now at France's apartment overlooking the whole place. And you can also from here Ooh, I hear a helicopter. That is terrifying. You can see Bernard's Park, very low resolution, St. Aicard's Church, a Willowtree Herbalist entrance to the distance, and the rest is not rendered because we're not supposed to see this. But I think this is so cool. Just like with the top of the Parisian back streets and the industrial rooftops, you know, it's all connected. What nobody tells us after entering here is where the hell is the entrance to Bouchard's hideout. Because we are in a graveyard, and if you're thinking, oh, let's just go through that gate at the end of the graveyard. No, that's not it. What you need to do is open a crypt. I mean, you are a Tomb Raider after all, aren't you? But I just wish someone would say that. Not getting a hint for that seems especially cruel. Ooh, I'm so proud I did that jump without grabbing. It's a bit tricky, but it can be done, as you can see. Okay, Miss Croft. Let's try and do this before I completely lose my voice from recording this massive episode in one go. Okay, and now, guys, just like in the good old days, you know, after us the Deluge achievement, breakable tiles! Ah, so happy to see them here. Ah, I needed that. Just a little reminder we're again playing a Tomb Raider game. And you could have already caught a glimpse of V-Packer shotgun shells. Those are tied to the death-defying achievement, but for that we need a strength upgrade, upper body strength upgrade, that we do not yet have because we took Pierre's path. Now Lara should align automatically, and now as the camera shifts along with Lara, this isn't the most outrageous example, but you might have to start holding just right, not right and down. Okay. Although I think you can also make a jump from here all the way there. You don't need to shimmy like this, but I am not as a confident Angel of Darkness player as other Tomb Raiders. Excellent. Now, there is, for the time being, just one dog in this area, so I want to take an advantage of that, and this is the safest point at which you can grab the medpack behind the tombstone here, very well hidden. Oh, come on, Lara, that would have been perfect if it would have turned out completely differently. Now, what we need is to get another healing item at the opposite corner, this one guarded by the dog. And of course, no, this isn't gonna cut it for the Good Boys achievement, which is why we're letting go of 2 perfectly fine kills. Oh my god, he sped up all of a sudden. Okay, I wanted to confuse him. I'm reminded of Monty Python's Confuse a Cat.
Confuse the cat.
It's all in a day's work for Confuse a Cat.
This would be dump down a dog or something like that. Okay, we have the bandages. And now we need to climb up the crypts without getting bitten. I don't see the dog, which is making... Oh my god! No, 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 you won't. No. Ah. Lara. Okay, we didn't get hit yet, but it's gonna... This is a close call. Guys, if we fail the Good Boys achievement, I'm not only gonna lose my mind, but I'll know exactly why. But we did not take damage, right? The health bar didn't change, I'm not imagining things. Ugh, so stressful. God, I hate this achievement. Why would they come up with it? It can just mess up a whole playthrough. Anywho. Let's now make it here. And first, we need a strength upgrade, which we don't yet have, having taken Pierre's path. And this is the confusing thing. There are 2 identical looking mausoleum doors. And guess what, guys? We're not strong enough to break this one, but we're strong enough to break this one. And if this is stupid, then that's because it is.
I feel stronger now.
But I don't want to beat a dead horse. Yeah. Now let's leave the angel statue alone for now, because we have so many goodies to get. And one particularly tricky box of shotgun shells to get. And now... Oh, this is way easier with tank controls, because you don't have to play the camera's annoying game. But anyway, we would have missed out a chocolate bar. And now... Okay, no damage taken. Be very careful. Lara can get impaled on these. Unfortunately, you're not gonna see any ring animation. She's just gonna ragdoll on top of them as if they were solid floor. It's a bit odd. Same as falling damage death. And now you're strong enough to break these down, which makes no bloody sense. Okay. And now, I find it that when you pick these goodies up, the second dog is gonna appear, which under normal circumstances would be, oh yay, extra kill. But given the Good Boys achievement, not so much, so let's just stay above ground the entire time. And the second dog, as you can see, is already there in the distance. And the first one is... Okay, part of me is worried, what if they'll get impaled on their own, on those spiky fences? Oh my god, what did you... Was it the cross having a hitbox a meter above it? Nothing surprises me anymore. Okay, now the death-defying jump. Guys, this is most likely going to take a couple of attempts. So much fun to do this on retro achievements, having to repeat the whole level each time. Let's save the game here, without any kind of shame. Get your pistol out and do a side flip. And we died despite not having impaled Lara. That has never happened to me before. Interesting, so I need to change the angle somewhat. Maybe get a little bit closer. Lara, can you just turn without walking? Would that be too much to ask? Thank you. Oh, second attempt. Not bad. Not bad at all. And now we're strong enough to also break this door down and get the death-defying V-Packer shotgun shells, which were absolutely not worth the hassle. But hey, that's why, again, achievement is used sometimes as a consolation prize. I appreciate that. Besides, I say it like I could live with myself if I ever missed a pickup, which just isn't true. Okay, so I just wanna reassure you guys. I couldn't look myself in the mirror having missed a pickup, so just don't worry. Never, at least intentionally, no. Okay, still have the stamina to pull this off, I hope. Okay, Miss Croft, and now, please attach yourself to the cable. I'm not sure a running jump from this balcony would be possible to that one. I expect Lara to hit her head on the one above, so I don't want to risk that. And now, all we gotta do is not fall to the ground where the bloodthirsty beasts are. Oh, shoot, that looked like you could do without grabbing. Okay, I got a bit greedy there. Oh, this is not good. This is not good. See, I wanted to be stylish. And instead... No, Lara. It's not my day, is it? Again, if I fail the Good Boys achievement, I'll know exactly where to look. And that will mean 2 entire playthroughs before I'll do the Straho Fortress all kills montage. Yay! Okay. Nah, but if after this Good Boys achievement unlocks, that's gonna be very valuable to know. And we also needed that upper body strength upgrade to make this angel statue crash on top of the crypt. So guys, I'm gonna save the game here and show you the statistics. This was say Aicard's graveyard. We got our hands on all 9 goodies. We have ignored the 2 dogs, the 2 enemies, because of the Good Boys achievement, but this is the 3rd of the 5 levels we need to beat, and hopefully we succeeded. Again, we took no damage from them whatsoever, so achievement description is maintained, but after no fish soup, I'm just always a bit careful and paranoid. What's more, we unlocked this level's 2 achievements, Kleptomaniac for obtaining the sports watch, and Death-Defying for getting the V-Packer ammo, using the Death-Defying side flip. Okay, so the angle is all that matters and the distance. I found backflips not to work as well as side flips for that one. Never pulled it off with a backflip or forward jump or anything like that. And we got this level's 1 and only upper body strength upgrade. Again, no upgrades here whatsoever if you're doing Bernard's path. And that's it, no notebook entries. I don't know how Lara figured out this is what leads to Bouchard's hideout, but I'm glad she figured it out. Anyway, let's wrap our business in the Parisian Ghetto up. And you can, by the way, make a lethal fall all the way down here. The loading screen will save you. She died. I'm pretty sure she died. Okay, guys, so let me welcome you to Bouchard's hideout, 2nd visit. In this one, we are gonna get our hands on the remaining 4 goodies. We are also gonna kill 5 rats for 5 kills. Isn't that convenient? Those were the kills, in case you are wondering about when we explored the manhole cover. One of the items we're gonna get is the remaining health item. We are also gonna make progress for the Darwin Awards achievement and collect all the journal entries in here to the number 30 for Memento Mori. And finally, we are gonna unlock Let Pit Be in the Bouchard's hideout. Do not fall in the pits. Now guys, this achievement was very confusing for me the first time I tried to unlock it, because this bastard will not unlock until way after the pit section, and also there is a pit that you actually have to fall into that doesn't invalidate this achievement. It's just complete and utter nonsense the way it's implemented. There's a different point where unlocking it would make perfect save, but no. You need to actually find Bouchard at the very end, talk to him, and then you know if you unlock the achievement or not. Okay? So, with that out of the way, I want to take care of the most difficult part of this level, and that's not falling into the pits, but killing all the rats. Because these things appear in angles where it's almost impossible to shoot them. God damn it, Lara, what more do you need? Oh, thank God. Okay, so that was number 2. Then there's number 3, but Lara will never ever shoot at it from this side. We need to first traverse on the other side. Oh my God, that was a very long recovery. Can you maybe do it like that? Thank you, Lara. Again, I don't know what the difference is in these 2 methods of grabbing it. Again, you do exactly the same thing in Angel of Darkness, and 2 very different things are gonna happen. This is my biggest frustration with its control scheme. Okay, let's shimmy, shimmy, shimmy. It should be just enough, and let's shoot very quickly. Oh, did we do it? Guys, I think we did it. This was the most difficult part. Now, I think, if you'll forgive me, guys, let's first check if we really have 3 kills registered. We do. Fantastic. I know this is a bit ridiculous, but I'm already gonna save the game here, because we also primed ready the Let Pit Be achievement, and we just need to...
I can climb up on that.
No, Lara, no. I hope that didn't disable it. You know what? I want to be safe. Let's reload.
I can climb up on that.
Good. Please do. And use the D-pad for climbing forward. See, on the D-pad I'm holding forward and Lara keeps moving in the direction towards us, so technically backwards. With the analog stick, she would immediately start turning because of the camera angle. Okay. Okay. Wow. Thankfully, there are no rats in the water, which is unlike in the original, where the rats would be stuck in water, making it impossible for you to kill them, which was very annoying. Now there's one here, another one there, and that's all the 5 kills, my friends. Now let's break stuff. Oh yes. 7 breakable objects. This rubble is 1. All those tiles I counted, the collapsible floor, this padlock over here. It's a vagabond's paradise, isn't it? Okay, as we get through here, let's pick up what I think is, vector ammo. You can tell via that V icon or shape at the bottom of the magazine. Easy to remember like that, unlike 9mm and Desert Ranger looking almost identical. Okay, and now we're at the beginning. This is where we had to go at the very beginning. This is how we entered from the Angel Crypt. This is what was behind us, but unpassable, right? And now, guys, despite the Let Pit Be achievement description, you have to fall here. And maybe this is a good opportunity to talk about underwater controls. You can still do mid-air roll, but in the modern control scheme, you move Lara via either the D-pad or the left analog stick, which feels awful. I just want to hold the jump button, you know? But no, they decided to drastically overhaul the swimming controls. At least her turning is really fast. Look what you can pull off on modern control scheme, which is gonna be invaluable for later achievements in the Vault of Trophies. But for now, I find it easiest just to press forward on the D-pad and turn her using the right analog stick, okay? And it's, on modern controls, faster to turn like this than it is to do an underwater roll, okay? So anyway, falling in here does not, for some reason, disable the Let Pit Be achievement, which is why I think it should have unlocked there. But no, it needs to happen at a conversation with Bouchard for some reason. I mean, retro achievements actually pulled the timing of the unlock correctly, but the official remaster didn't. I don't know why. And we are in Bouchard's hideout. By the way, get used to seeing this pin-up girl and this hot dog sticker all over the game. And the inscription die. These lockers are absolutely everywhere. And something I pay attention to all the time. Ooh. Gruesome monstrum killings. Well, the ones that died are the lucky ones, because those that survived go through something like this. Now, Arno over here might be the only person that actually survived, and there is absolutely no difference between the OG and remastered graphics. Which, I mean, okay, I guess, what more are you gonna remaster on this? But I was somehow hoping that seeing him in remaster would give us a little bit more sense as to what's happening. It's like part of his body melted into plastic. It looks really awful, and I wish we could just end his misery, but we cannot. In the Angel of Darkness audiobook from Jenny Millward, Lara actually took her gun out to put him out of his misery, but was stopped by Bouchard. Here, no, she just doesn't care. Anyway, I'm sure he's not gonna need the small med bag, right? So, we can now get on the other side of what was the locked gate here, or still is. This one is inaccessible and we need to get it. There's ammunition behind, and we can already get this bit of ammunition a little bit early. And my friends, for those of you who like me don't like to increase your saves count, I have bad news for you. You kind of have to, because we're gonna now snag the second point of progress for the Darwin Awards, because there is a very stupid and funny way to die here, which I actually like. But unlike in the original version of the game, where if you enter here, the conversation is gonna start automatically and Bouchard is just gonna, inside the cutscene, lift himself up, which always looked funny. Here you get to see him sitting on a chair, getting up, and you need to be the one to walk up to him, to actually talk to him. And be very careful what you say.
What happened to your man in the room out there, Bouchard?
Ooh, let me be.
Arno, you've got something to say about that?
Maybe. It might be linked to what happened to a friend of mine.
I doubt it. Get her out of here.
Do you know the name Aicard?
Never heard of him.
Okay. You helped a friend of mine a while back. Werner von Croy.
Names don't mean a lot here. Even real ones. What did he want?
Maps and information on the Louvre.
I remember, 4 weeks ago. Wanted to take a coachload of Japanese tourists to see the Mona Lisa.
Oh, come on, that is funny. By the way, notice how we can say, don't jerk me around, I lost that friend yesterday. I think it's a completely reasonable thing to say. But if you choose this, Lara's just gonna take it up to 11.
Don't jerk me around, Bouchard. I lost that friend yesterday.
You better watch your mouth, lady.
I'll watch nothing. I'm sick of your Parisian low-life ways. I need results.
Careful, Vixen. You don't need things to get any worse.
And how will that happen? You'll set these pussycats on me, right?
Wrong. I'll take care of this myself. Welcome to Paris.
Well, that was quick.
Clean this place up.
Hey, clean this place up. He didn't used to say it in the original. That's an addition. Awesome. So the second point of Darwin Awards is ours, and this is a perfect candidate for the stupidest deaths, of course. And now, that's it for Lara. The third one is all up to Curtis, but later about that. Let's now do this conversation in a way that will actually help us survive. Okay, I think we need to step here to trigger him sitting up, or... Nah, he just takes his time forever. Okay, that's fine. So we are dealing with the local crime boss, so let's take this with a bit more nuance.
What happened to your man in the room out there, Bouchard?
To Arno? You've got something to say about that?
Maybe. It might be linked to what happened to a friend of mine.
I doubt it. Get her out of here.
Do you know the name Aicard?
Never heard of him.
Okay. You helped a friend of mine a while back. Werner von Croy.
Names don't mean a lot here. Even real ones. What did he want?
Maps and information on the Louvre.
I remember, 4 weeks ago. Wanted to take a coachload of Japanese tourists to see the Mona Lisa.
Easy, Bouchard. I lost that friend yesterday. Now I'm wanted for his murder.
Easy, Bouchard. I lost that friend yesterday. Now I'm wanted for his murder.
There was a newscast about a monstrum killing earlier. What would you know about that?
Nothing that would interest you.
You'd be surprised how much the monstrum interests me.
My friend? The Louvre?
Yes, the academic. wanted access to recent archaeological diggings inside the Louvre. I gave him contact. You want the same?
And more. I need 9mm protection, backpack, plastic explosive, stun packs. Paris isn't safe these days.
Who for? You obviously can't take care of yourself.
Do you have what I need?
I know who does. Daniel Rennes works out of the pawnbrokers on the corner of the Rue Saint-Marc and Cour la Seine.
You know, that sounds very familiar, but we get a little bit more information if we ask if it's a front.
A front, obviously.
Yes, Rennes needs careful handling. But he can get you what you need if you know how to make the right approach.
What would you suggest?
A trade. I have to get certain things into his hands. Passports. You could deliver them for me.
Now guys, I think it's more reasonable to say the upper line, but you're gonna learn that the passports are in fact Czech passports if you choose the second one. Besides, Lara being so offended by this is incredibly hilarious to me.
Passports?
Czech passports. Nothing to dirty your hand with. It's a business arrangement.
For which he would give me what I need.
For the right price, the passports will prove you come through me.
What happened to your man in the sick room back there? Was he delivering packages for you too?
Poor Arnaud. One of my toughest. The only survivor of 4 attacks so far.
Attacks? By who?
An interesting question.
But I guess he can't speak, can he?
Yet.
The Paris Monstrum, perhaps.
We're looking into that. You should take care.
An automatic would help. You sold my friend Von Croy some hardware. I need the same.
That was then. We need all the firepower we can get. Rennes is your man. Is it a deal?
Okay, deal.
Make sure Rennes get that package. And be sure it is Rennes.
Why? Who could it be?
I'd like to ask poor Arnaud that.
Aha.
But he can't talk anymore. Just take care.
So this is a suggestion that the monstrum takes on a shape of other people. The first time this concept was mentioned. So my friends, this is the 30th diary entry. Deliver passports to Daniel Rennes pawnbroker, Rue Saint-Marc and Cour de la Seine. So it's right next to Janice, essentially. What's interesting is that we got the passports into our inventory, where of passports, selection of fake passports, and you can see Evropa Česká republika, and there's even a little inscription saying, it says Občanský průkaz, which that means a citizen's ID card, not a passport. Should that really be there? Then again, I can't remember the last time I saw a Czech passport. Maybe that's how they have it, right? So what's interesting to me is that we got them in our inventory, but there was no floating icon of that pickup on the top right corner of the screen. What's more, getting the passports does not increase your pickups count. Despite, just a short while ago, getting the code to Francine would. So they forgot about this, and it absolutely should have counted in my opinion, okay? Anyway, talking about pickups, there is one more here. And if you're thinking Bouchard can just pull the lever in his hideout to walk out, no, this is where the immersion kind of falls apart for me. Oh, by the way, mind the hot dog sticker. Always the hot dog sticker everywhere across the game. It opened a completely disconnected door here, where we can finally get the last pickup, which is fantastic. And now we need to push this crate to the spot next to the door's entrance. Because, despite the ledge above it maybe visually suggesting otherwise, you cannot grab the protruding piece, which is what I always assumed, oh, that's the one part you can grab. No, you literally have to grab any other part, and to achieve that, we need to push this all the way to the doorway. But don't worry, it's not actually gonna block our exit or anything like that. There we go. Again, I don't know when this random recovery happens. And this unlocks the exit from Bouchard's hideout. Anyway, an interesting bit of detail in that conversation was also the fact that Von Croy talked to Bouchard, which is confirmed by the fact the second entry from a couple of days ago is Louis Bouchard, useful contact, purchase a handgun, discretion assured. Maybe he sold him the ancient World War II era Rig 9 weapon, that's what I would imagine. Lara also asked for an automatic in that conversation. He said, no. Like, the 9mm she's gonna get and some non-lethal protection, the plastic explosive, but he's not gonna give her an automatic weapon, which corresponds with what we'll get when we reach Rennes Pawnshop, which is cool. A bit of attention to detail. So my friends, this was the end of Bouchard's hideout. We finally, after the second visit, got our hands on all 7 goodies, the 5 pickups, all the journal entries, which I come to think of it as only 1, but that is fine, all the breakable objects, 7 of them, and we unlocked the Let It Be achievement whilst having snagged the 2nd point for Darwin Awards. And you should, leaving it, be at 30 journal entries right now, okay? So, normally I would save here, but it's gonna be a very short walk to the next place where I wanna save, so... see? This connects to St. Aicard's church. That's what I said, this door is gonna be significant a bit later on. You can now talk to the ringleader, but he's just gonna repeat the same lines.
Hey lady, keep away from the ring.
Sorry, that face. Like when we first talked to him, right? And that's it, he's stuck in this loop, nothing to see here. You can of course still unlock a player 3 connected if you haven't done so already. You can pretty much visit all the areas of the Parisian Ghetto still, but you cannot do business with Daniel Rennes because we're on a quest to give him passports. It's a little bit annoying because anyone playing the game for the first time would think, oh okay, let's do business with him then, and you cannot. And this is what the Doorman will say.
Nothing doing.
Yeah. Bernard will just say, leave me alone, I'm busy. There's nothing new from the Willowtree Herbalist, so I think the last person we can just briefly chat to is Janice. There's also Pierre, the Café Metro owner, who's just gonna say the same lines as before, only paying customers, there's the door. So we've pretty much wrapped up our business in Parisian Ghetto in one absolutely massive video.
It's early yet? Move along, ma chère. You make the place look crowded.
Indeed. And I just realized we haven't taken a picture of Bouchard. You know what, that's fine, we're gonna get another opportunity. So for now, let's say goodbye to Parisian Ghetto. Not sure I need to open this, but hey, this looks very familiar, right? From the abandoned train car. Uh-oh.
Stand aside.
Interesting. That's a line they restored. In the original, he would be completely quiet. Oh, this place changed since we were last here. Well, Lara did what she was asked. The passports are there, no longer in our inventory, which is probably good. Wouldn't want to be caught with them by police. And I guess we can leave? Oh wow, okay, interesting. We can just leave randomly. Anyway guys, so the second visit of Rennes Pawnshop is what's gonna net us those 8 pickups. Okay, so let's just get right to it. Oh, the passports are no longer on the counter, probably because I left. Okay. But this symbol is what we've seen next to Von Croy being killed. So now we have a prime suspect. Daniel didn't make it, and honestly I haven't taken a picture of him yet. I guess it's not gonna be a very flattering one, but this is what I'm gonna take a picture of. Let's do it like this, and original, remastered, but you'll see this blue glowing light, a key item. The wallet itself counts as a pickup, which it should, right? So let me show you. We are at 1 out of 8. But if you now go and check it out, in the item section, you can use it, Rennes old leather wallet. Inside is some money and a code, which is a separate item the wallet is going to turn into, saying 14529. This, however, does not count as a pickup. We are still at 1 out of 8. Okay, just want to make that clear. I guess we just turned one item into another. And look, more hot dog stickers. Maybe we should do counter
Looks
for
like
all
a
hot
way
dog
out.
stickers in the area. And yes, indeed, this is important for later on. In case you're wondering what's written on the computer screen, it just says command console, user locked, security code, nothing. This would have been such a perfect Easter egg opportunity, but no. And over here is a plastic explosive already armed and set to go, which Lara is not preoccupied by for whatever reason. In here, we need to put the code. So it was 145 and then 29 if I'm not mistaken. Perfect. And what's really interesting about this is, listen to Lara.
Werner obviously never had chance to collect it.
What she's referring to is the 2 maps that Bouchard said Werner von Croy ordered. You know what? This is not a bad screenshot spot at all. I can consult these as we play the relevant levels. However, the rest, the taser gun, the tranquilizer gun, the plastic explosive, this is what Lara ordered from Bouchard. So between her leaving Bouchard's hideout and her coming here, he must have given Rennes a phone call or something to prepare the merchandise and expect the passport delivery, but Aicard, the guy we've seen walking around, got there earlier. So interesting how much can happen in such a short time. This, my friends, is the taser gun. I will inspect them in a short while. These were tranquilizer darts, a tranquilizer gun, and the battery for the taser gun. I think only when you collect every single item here will the story progress, so you cannot or shouldn't be able to miss anything. The plastic explosive and the 2 maps. Okay, so first things first. This is a lot to cover. Mind you, we still have the silencer here, the laser sights. I'm gonna cover this in the next video. For now, what we can do is equip also the K2 impactor. Fires 50,000 volt twin electric probes, effective at ranges up to 21 feet short range. Honestly, the range isn't as short as I would expect. This thing is really impressive, and it takes pretty much any human enemy down instantly. It's a wonderful weapon. The only problem, it will not increase your kills count, because it's non-lethal. That actually makes sense, and I accept that. The Dart SS gun, 4-dart stealth weapon, renders target instantly unconscious, short range. Let's also check the ammo description. Fast-acting tranquilizer in a 4-dart pack. Yep, that's essentially it. You only get 4 darts through the entire game, and they are only useful inside the Louvre galleries. As it pertains to K2 impactor, you have 30 shots. That will take down 30 fully armed enemies, which is already an incredible pool, okay? But let's equip this back. I'm gonna explain the attachments a bit later on. And now the final 2 items over here, you can only press the button, are the maps that were there for Von Croy and he was not able to pick up.
Damn it!
Yep. And the moment you pick up everything, the sensors trigger. Immediately hammer the action key next to the button, because you are on a very strict timer, and I did not save the game. Okay, this is the way out. And this, my friends, is where I recommend you make a level end save, because statistic-wise, we got everything. So, Bouchard's hideout, and let's see, let's do it like this. For now, this was our second visit into Rennes Pawnshop, where we got all the 8 goodies. Nothing else to talk about, and I guess we could consider the entire pawnshop one breakable object, but that happens in a cutscene. Let's not go there now. Just know we've already unlocked in our first visit the cash overload achievement and also the pawn promotion, so we wrapped up our business here, and this also marks the exit from the entire Parisian Ghetto section. So guys, thank you so much for being with me. There are 2 cutscenes that will follow. I'm gonna show you one, and the other I think I'm gonna leave for the next video because it sets up the plot nicely. I wouldn't want you to then spend days waiting after that cutscene for the next video, okay? And before I say farewell today, I'm of course after the first cutscene gonna say thanks to my absolutely fantastic patrons, provided we survive this explosion. Go Miss Croft! Go Miss Croft! Swan dive! Blangoopel, Mick, Severin Drex, Enstickle, Katie Danger, Pooh the 2, Basic Briny, Bino, and Alex Clark. Thank you guys so much for being my loyal Winstons and for giving the locals some spare change. For coffee, of course. Next, I would like to say big thanks to my caretaker Winstons, Karavetu, Renegade Derny, Blanket Fox, Dig the Bee, PD92, Akires, and Tomino1553. Thank you guys so much for your support of the channel, and also thank you for teaching young Lara how to handle money carefully. I mean, she managed to scrounge up €3,500 in one night/morning. Let's just not talk about how she wanted to bet €200 for €160 golden watch. I would also like to give special thanks to my brave veteran Winstons, Andrea Paviglianiti, Alexander and Richard Dearman. Thank you guys so much for your valiant support of the channel, and also thank you for calling in a favor and parking Ren's smuggling boat right outside as Lara was about to make her dramatic exit. Despite being thoroughly cleaned for 2024 Olympics, this way she still avoided sinking into what used to be one of the world's dirtiest rivers. And finally, I would like to give one very special thanks to my one and only fine vintage Winston, Akira Foxmind. Thank you so much for your incredibly long and generous support of the channel, and also thank you for fixing up the church gym's damn radio. This thing has finally offered us an absolutely fascinating insight into the history of monstrum killings that have apparently been happening across European capitals only in the past decade, and I'm also happy to say that there is another one like this in Paris, just waiting for us to discover it in a future episode. And on a final note, I'd like to say thanks to my free Patreon members, as well as to each and every one of you for making it to the end of this absolutely colossal video. Guys, I'm really sorry you had to wait 2 weeks for the second episode, but now that you've seen the second episode, I hope you understand why I needed that extra time. Tackling the entire Parisian Ghetto across alternate pathways took its toll, and I couldn't be happier with how the video turned out. Well, okay, there was that one overspending mishap in Rennes Pawnshop, but hopefully guys, you know you need at least €780 left. In our case, that should have been 825, so by the end of the game we'll have extra €45 that we couldn't have really spent on anything. But outside of that, really happy with how the episode turned out, so please be careful at Rennes Pawnshop. Again, best investment is to buy those 14 clips of Scorpion ammo, and I hope you're as excited as I am to see what we're gonna tackle together next in the Louvre Storm Drains and Louvre Galleries. On top of that, the next video I'm gonna be working on is also 3 hours long, so I'm gonna need some time again. It's the next episode in our Gothic Classic Let's Play series, but afterwards you'll be able to look forward to the Louvre Storm Drains, Louvre Galleries, and our first visit into the archaeological dig site also combined into one video. I think we're gonna have roughly 10 episodes to tackle the entire Angel of Darkness. We'll see how it will turn out. Nevertheless, guys, thank you so much for sticking around. Let me know, please, in the comments what you think about the entire Parisian Ghetto section. It's just nothing like anything else in the franchise, and until I'll see you again, I want to wish all of you happy raiding.